And we're back. Welcome to another Divergent Dice D&D evening. This time with the Just Consequences crew, with the full complement tonight. And boy, are they happy they have Shannon back, because this means that they have a recap that may actually occur without me. So there's that. No.
You love me.
Oh, thank you for
really
the sub.
Love me.
And thank you, Shannon, for the sub. 18 months and 14 months from Ari. You guys are the best. And man, time flies. But yeah, so Shannon's watched the VOD. So that means that Shannon's recap will probably be better than the people who were here. So we're going to
probably.
That's probably. I remember the last 5 minutes, and that's asking a lot.
We're gonna throw it over to Cannon with absentee Shannon.
All right, I do have notes. They're a lot fewer than usual because I was working while I was listening to the VOD, but I do have notes, so feel free to add on once I finish. I'm working, like that's what I do for a living. All right, so we spent. We spent 3 days hanging out in Pomerty. Seeker sought out Astari's guidance as to what to do next, and she wants to take a more direct approach. We are then transported to the Water Realm for the big function, the Leader Summit. We ask for a boon to travel back in time to Ostron when Lillian was 12, and we're told that it would be sideways in time instead.
Really love me.
Lillian ran away from Darren by time skipping, and Trent says this boon will lead to our death. We are then sent into a kind of weird middle realm where we need to grab some fruit to travel through time as we fight a construct. It has some very high AC and HP, and the construct was a tough opponent. Everyone eventually ended up grabbing a fruit to leave while Cadence kept striking away at it, though after some lengthy discussion, she was eventually encouraged to abandon the fight and eat the fruit. Everyone eats their fruit and disappears, and that's where things left off.
Alrighty.
For the record, Cadence had him just where she wanted him.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Average damage, another 20 rounds. You guys had him on the ropes.
Well, if they would have stayed,
we're close.
They would have stayed.
I was there. Those ropes were pretty broken. I don't think we were hanging around.
Also, thank you, everyone. Hype Train, you guys are amazing and insane. Love you all.
So hot.
Not
so
the one
hot.
bit.
The one clarification. This came up. I can't remember whether it came up during the break or whether we actually talked about it on the stream. You guys thought you were going back, but you are actually going forward from Consequences' present perspective. Because while, yes, the Tooth's wife version of Lillian, it is in her past, from a normal flow of time perspective, that hasn't happened yet. Lillian hasn't run away from Darren to Ostron yet. So
Yeah,
you guys,
no, we talked about that because we had one of those in-game moments where we were just like, "You're breaking us. Stop it."
What's happening?
yeah,
Yeah.
Seeker still doesn't understand.
oh
yeah.
time is an illusion.
yeah,
And now we get to mess with the Darkwind crew.
yeah. So you guys are actually heading forward from Consequences like normal time. What you guys have consider your present. You guys are heading forward about 1.5 to 2 years.
Okay, that's not that far.
Yeah, that's like nothing
It's
to us.
nothing.
Oh man,
That's nothing.
I wanted to pick a fight with Grawl.
Normal time. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so thank you, Shannon, for the recap. Admirable job for a person who's wasn't here. Better than the people who were here for the previous session. Just saying.
100%. I forgot 90% of that.
Yeah, no arguments.
Yeah.
We
at
just
all.
this guy. That's like the whole session in my mind.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to say it. All right.
I mean,
No, honestly, Shannon deserves the credit. The fact that she can work and take better notes when we were there for both the sessions that we watched the recaps for, that is saying the testament to how
I feel
important
like a recap is worth inspiration.
yeah.
you know what? I agree with that.
Trevor? Can I have an inspiration?
I will give Shannon an inspiration for her recap.
Whoa, we peer pressured Trevor. That never happens.
Yeah. I'm sure nothing bad will offset that inspiration.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Totally sure. Yeah.
there'll be no consequences to this
It's all
decision.
fine.
Up go a few ACs.
All right.
If there are consequences, they will be just.
Yes. So you guys are kind of spiraling through this tunnel. Some of you went through faster and sooner than others and have been falling for, what seems like a long time. And it's weird. It's very much like this kind of tunnel that you're falling through. And at first, you don't really see any imagery or anything that makes sense other than the tunnel itself as you kind of tumble end over end, falling, floating, soaring, who knows. But after a few moments, days, hours, minutes, who knows, you start to see a scene like this in front of you. And you kind of have this sensation of like going through almost like ring, and as these like kind of rings seem to get like closer and closer and closer together, you seem to accelerate, and that sense of motion increases and increases. And after a moment, after you kind of pass through these last rings, you find yourself kind of like rolling to a stop. Move you guys over here. Onto this cobbled stone street. The first thing you hear is like this like panicked like bellow of this like oxen. You hear a driver yelling, "Whoa, whoa," as you guys kind of like skid to a stop, kind of like dumped out of nowhere into the middle of this street.
Well, I'm moving out of the way of the caravan.
We attack.
Definitely do not attack the ox.
No.
Where are we?
In the middle of the road. Watch where you're going.
Let's get out of the way.
What city are we in?
Apologies.
City. Yeah, Osteron. God. Let anyone in this town know.
What year is it?
You just see the guy like look at you like just like usher the oxen on. Can I get perception checks from everyone? So you kind of like pick yourself up.
He doesn't answer my question? What a dick.
Yeah, it's like
You
randomly
fucking drove
asking
away.
people what year it is in the middle of a city. Casey, tomorrow I want you to walk down the street and the first person you meet, I want you to ask them what year it is.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we
If
just
I'm in
popped out of like
downtown-
this portal.
Yeah,
If
you
I'm
have
in
to throw yourself
downtown
in the street
London,
first.
I'm getting an answer if I'm in downtown London.
All right, so perception checks, we've got pretty good rolls. A lot of you kind of like take in the surroundings. Seeker, you're most familiar, but all of you have been to Osteron before. Some of you might not remember, but you've been here before. And Seeker, like you're convinced you're in Osteron just from like the quick kind of like taking the scenes. The rest of you, it's busy. There's tons of people about. For those of you who either have never been here or don't remember being here, this is like, walking through, like comparatively, this is like walking through, Bay Street at like 5 o'clock as all of the bankers get out. Like there are people everywhere. And you guys all just kind of like push yourselves to the side of this road as like this sea of people and caravans and like trade and merchants, peasants, everyone just kind of like weaves and wades through you. Everyone with a 20 or higher, you notice that there is a figure a little ways down the road that seems to like take notice of you guys appearing out of nowhere. He just kind of like has his head kind of cocked to the side.
How far away is he?
It's this figure here. Map's pretty indicative of the distance.
Oh.
He's kind of like leaning up against the side of this post under one of these awnings.
I'm sorry, man. Can you ping that?
Here?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at the other end of the map.
Oh, gotcha.
Sorry.
Well, the guy not in our party, that guy.
Makes sense. Checks out.
Yep.
What's he look like?
He looks like this.
Leather armor or just clothes?
Leather
Any
armor.
visible weapon?
The 21, you see like what looks like probably like the hilt of a dagger or something, like from his hip. He's wearing this like really long, lengthy, like very fine leathered cloak. And he's like, as you're kind of like looking at him, he's like looking back at you, like.
I take it Tooth doesn't recognize him.
No.
Anybody know who that guy is? I'll point to him. Or I'll point him out.
Tooth is rude to point. Freyr looks at the guy anyways.
You see, Vox is, I guess, like probably realized where he is about at this point, and anybody near him would understand that, like, with his newfound confidence, where he kind of gained out of the memory, where he wasn't afraid of who he was, the memories are kind of flooding back. He was raised outside of Osteron, where he was like very harshly criticized for his appearance. So you would notice like Vox is pretty much like covering up, like as much as he can, like just hide. Like he's avoiding this guy. He's like kind of gone reclusion mode.
When Tooth points this guy out, we all like see him.
Yeah.
He's like, he's like obviously watching us.
Oh yeah, especially after like Tooth's like, hey, anyone know this guy? He's like, you just hear him kind of like call over from across the street. Quite the entrance.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm supposed to be keeping an eye out. But the
What?
name's Alistair.
What you looking for?
Threats?
Does Alistair mean anything to Tooth?
No.
Perfect.
I'd say even Seeker, like, the name doesn't, like, ring a bell to you. It's not like you're like, oh, yes, that guy.
Seeker will just call out like on
Actually,
whose behalf.
Do me a favor, Seeker. Roll me a history check.
Yeah, because I feel like we've heard that name before at some point.
Yeah, same. I was gonna say it sounded familiar, but I can't recall.
It's a popular name, guys.
Alistair Crowley.
Seeker, yeah, doesn't ring
Nothing.
any bells.
So yeah, Seeker calls out like on whose behalf.
I mean, the world's, I guess.
Seeker just like kind of like looks at the rest of the group like, what the fuck do we do with this guy?
Hey, what year is it?
It's starting.
That was my question.
What year is it, you say?
Yeah, we're
Chrome
not
is
from
pretty
around
sure
here.
That's what Chrome just asked.
Do you have an answer?
I get Chrome. I'll let you do it because you were the one who asked the question. And Seeker and Tooth, you got what's your passive perceptions?
18.
18. Okay.
Technically, mine's 19.
19. Okay.
Technically, mine's 19.1.
Okay.
Technically,
Technically,
Seeker's
mine's
cheating.
13.
Okay.
Chrome.
If we want to get to technicalities here.
Oh, we do.
Okay. Chrome, can you roll for me an insight check?
He's great at these.
Yeah, Chrome, he seems genuinely kind of quizzical at your question.
Nobody wants to
Seeker
answer that question.
and Tooth, you see with your passive just the smallest of like pebbles or like a small rock roll off of like this roof.
Seeker
that's
just says
spectacular.
roof in Druidic, back to Tooth, just kind of like confirming.
Yeah. Yeah. Druidic, I'll be like, yeah, I got it. What do you want to do?
Seeker just says,
The guy
you on roof.
takes a couple steps towards Chrome.
So you're
You
gonna take a couple steps towards him.
don't know what year it is. And you're not from around here, you say?
Does Chrome look like someone you've ever seen before? I think you can answer that question yourself.
If I start walking up this way, does he get like, I don't know, cagey?
You see him kind of like turn his head to like keep an eye on you.
Seeker tries to get his attention as he kind of like looks back at Tooth if he can.
Yeah.
He just says, "We didn't come from a where, came from a when."
I see. Well, then I guess I was waiting for you. And you see him start to like draw a weapon from his belt as he just kind of like flourishes his cloak. And you watch the cloak as he kind of like grabs the clasp and just kind of like tosses it up into the air. You watch as the cloak unfurls and you see this creature
Super chill.
kind of like unfold, and the underside of the cloak looks like it was this thing's belly. And you hear this like really disconcerting kind of like roar gasp kind of like come from the roof as this fanged
Are we
lamprey.
playing Doom now? What the fuck is that?
It's a Demogorgon. Holy shit.
Why is he eating a pool noodle?
That's a Twizzler jam.
So we're gonna roll some initiative.
What? They don't want to parlay? Come on.
Yeah, did he cast any spells?
He did not cast any spells.
Also, Caden still doesn't have Death Ward. God damn it.
Yeah, high five her
I've-
more often.
High five, Death Ward.
I feel like I'm the team cheerleader by like high-fiving people.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right,
Seeker,
we
you're so fast.
got everyone in there.
Seeker's on edge.
3, 4, 5.
You're only slightly less faster than Tooth.
All right. Okay, so switch up some tunes here. And
And action.
Oddly enough, that is the name of the song that is playing.
Great song.
So, Tooth, you're first to act. You see this guy like do this like flourish with the cape, throw it up into the air as it stays in the air as this tail kind of unfurls, and you hear this like screech from this thing. The figure who tossed the cloak, you see, has like drawn a dagger and let me double check, short sword that he kind of has like at the ready, and looks. You can tell just from like the posture and the fact that like he's standing next to Seeker and Chrome, like
Yeah.
not looking like cowering or scared. Like he looks capable.
Yeah. No, I figured as he like walked up to Chrome, as opposed to just answering his question from where he was. Bonus action, I'm gonna Misty Step to this building, and action, I'm gonna try to put 2 into the cloak.
Okay, for context, the buildings are all about like 12 feet high. They're single story in this neighborhood.
Okay, including the same one that Pool Noodle's on.
Correct.
Okay.
These buildings have roofs. It's just depicted the interior.
Yeah.
The doors are all closed. Like, if you guys want to try and bust into a building, you can.
I don't suppose while we were going through that portal, we had like a long rest.
You oddly enough did not.
What about a short rest?
Still didn't.
I'm just asking to find out what my options are.
Good to know.
Okay. I'm gonna send arrows into the cloak. I hope.
Okay.
I think the first one will go.
Yeah, that'll hit.
The second one will definitely go.
Yeah, those both hit. Super great.
So the first one does 17 points, and the second one does 16 points. So what's that? 33 points.
33. Yeah, like solid couple of blows. You like your first arrow kind of like catches this thing in like the base of the wing near where it like connects to its body, and the second one just kind of like rips this like long gash through as it just hits at the right angle to kind of like perforate a huge chunk of this wing. This creature like lets out, you're expecting kind of like a scream or like a but it's more of like a strange moan.
Okay.
Oh, buddy, it's not that kind of campaign.
That's right.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Trevor's not that kind of dungeon master. I am going to take.
Only happens in my campaigns.
Yeah. The pillow? Are you around? I'm going to take a 5-foot step back just so I'm not like right on the edge of the roof.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, Seeker.
Okay, Seeker is going to bonus action Shillelagh while he's here. And we're just going to put a quarterstaff into the cloak here as well.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, that'll hit.
No, that hex shouldn't be on.
That's a spicy meatball.
Oh. Okay. And he's going to stay right there. That's it.
Okay, 9 points of bludgeoning. Did you Shillelagh, you said? Yes?
Yes, yep.
Okay. Yeah. Solid hit. You kind of like crack this thing in the head. Chrome.
It's rude not to answer questions. I'd like to rage.
Okay. Go for it.
Just want
My
to know what
shoelace is
your was.
untied. Rage.
Ah! That gives my weapon the force damage and thrown properties, and returns to the end of my hand at the end of my current turn, if I throw it. So short 20, long 60. But it doesn't matter because he's right there, so I'm just gonna hit him in the face.
Okay. Do you want to move 5 feet closer so that you can actually? Oh, are you hitting the Alistair? Sorry, I thought you were attacking the cloak.
It was his cloak, right?
It was his cloak, yes. It was not someone else's cloak.
No, then I will hit the dude that made the cloak into what that thing is.
Okay, gotcha. 20 does hit. You see, like, as you go to...
not slashing.
Okay, you go to land this attack, and it's like he just manages to, like, twist at the last second to, like, take the least of the blow. It's almost as if he uncannily dodged it.
Whoa.
And 12 will miss.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
That it for you?
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. Next up.
Seeker's Halo of Spores will go off as this thing starts its turn.
Okay. Con save?
Yes.
DC
16.
16?
Yep.
14.
Okay. 4 necrotic.
4 necrotic, okay. Takes all of that.
Yeah, dodge that uncannily, bitch.
Well, this is the other creature. but
It was a preemptive shout for next round.
Yeah. Okay. So, can I get everyone, I believe, to make a wisdom saving throw?
I will take advantage.
Is
Everyone.
Vox in range of this?
Sorry, let me-
Because he's way out of the way.
Yep, you're in range.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn.
Do we have
Advantages?
advantages?
You have
Yeah.
18.
17.
Yeah, I'll
technically, I did take one.
16 because I'm about to take one. Thank God.
Okay.
Oh.
Cadence wishing she took one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
The
So-
polarity of those rolls just perfectly describes my relationship with Roll20.
True.
All right, so 2 advantages burned.
Let-
Cadence is the only one that fails. Pez barely passes. This thing's moan that kind of started when Tooth put those arrows into it, like, grows in decibel. And Cadence, it's just like, it's too much for you. You are frightened of this creature. You cannot move closer to it. And it's going to just lash out at gonna lash out at Seeker with a bite attack, miss badly, and a tail attack, miss. That's it for its turn. Pez.
Okay, coming up close to engage in melee combat. 2 attacks with my Radiant Great Sword. Number 1, like so.
Just roll the damage. Can you roll to hit?
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Just take the 14.
14 does hit. Okay, if you're gonna be consistent and roll 14 damage again, I guess we'll let it go.
Holy crap! 3 14s.
20 points of damage. Yeah, this thing does not look well.
Okay.
It is like
See
barely
how well
staying
it looks
aloft.
after my next attack. How about now? How does it look now?
I don't know yet. You haven't rolled damage.
Okay.
11 and 1, 12. Exactly how much health it had left. You like just swing down with the first one, like cut deep into this thing, and then just like do a flourish and swing down again, and you like split this thing down the middle as these 2 wings kind of like fall lifelessly to the ground.
Okay. Take that, code check.
Okay.
Hey!
That it for you?
I'm gonna do I have as a bonus action ability to ping and see if Darren is in the vicinity and on this plane in a given direction?
I don't think you have to use an action or anything to do that.
Okay. All right.
So if you reach out, the one that you have been tracking, you get no response from the right.
Okay,
So either not on a plane or it's been dispelled.
got it.
All right.
It's my turn.
Next up, Alistair. He is going to see him move very deftly and come over here behind Pez. Does not seem to provoke opportunity attacks as he kind of like dodges around you guys.
Had a feeling.
And he is going to make 2 short sword attacks against you, Pez. 20. And
That's a hit.
a resounding miss. Can you make a DC 15 con save?
Probably not. Oh, actually, I've got a good con, so let's try this.
Yep. Okay. So you
But
take
yeah.
4 points of piercing and 12 points of poison damage as this blade like cuts across your leg, and you just feel this like burning as the blade like leaves your flesh, and this like sting is intense.
I give out a hearty laugh.
Okay. His second attack misses, and that does it for him. Cadence. The source of your fear is dead. You are no longer frightened.
Yeah, that didn't last long. That's awesome. As she goes up to Alistair to attack him, she'll ask, why are you attacking us? And so, couple attacks with Passion's Kiss. 13.
Miss.
25.
25 hits.
All right.
And he deftly kind of dodges out of the way, so he'll take 4 points of damage from your attack.
All right. But if it still hits, then she'll use a key point for Stunning Strike for a con save. DC 13.
He's good.
Yeah, he is. Follow that up with bunches of punches.
Okay. Miss. Hit.
I just realized how down on key points I am. All right, that's fine.
Thanks, Lucas.
Yeah, thanks, Lucas.
I was gonna take out the golem.
All right, and that is it for Cadence.
Okay. Vox. You don't really see much of this happening around the side of these buildings, but you hear the sounds of fight.
Yeah, I feel like Vox would probably hear his party, but at the moment, like, Vox is like having kind of like an internal monologue battle with himself, where he's half like covering his ears, trying to shut everything out, and like mumbling to himself, like make it stop, make this stop. But at the same time, in between those mumblings, he's also like mumbling to himself, like Talea wouldn't give her power to a coward. Trembling, he's going to make his way to the edge of the alley, which is 30 meters, and kind of peek out to see what's going on. Still very covered up, but now that he can see what's going on, he's just gonna kind of hide here for a second. You can kind of see he's almost like speechless and petrified. So Vox is pretty much just gonna get probably ready the dodge action, and that's about it.
Okay. So Vox dodges. All right. Vox is having a moment, and this thing kind of like swings. You see it like kind of just like lash out with this tongue and like kind of swing down off the corner of the roof, and very quickly, like this thing moves deceptively fast, sprints over to where Cadence is, and the creature is going to lash out with its tongue, and it lashes out at you, Seeker, with its tongue.
Ooh,
It's a long tongue.
Oh,
that
boy.
is That's some technique right there, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucas is gonna have a field day with this.
It's not a great technique, but
I was already at.
And it follows up with a claw attack against you, Cadence. 17.
A 17 does not hit. Oh, it does hit. Sorry.
Okay. 18 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As this thing just seems like fully intent on you. You see it has no eyes. It just looks like ravenous, and it seems to at least be aligned with Alistair somehow. Freyr.
Freyr will kind of see Vox like hunkering around the corner and clearly see that Vox is off, and just kind of motion to him we got this. I'll come find you after if you need a moment. And oh, thank God, she's right there. And he will literally just slink up behind Cadence and just give her the tiniest little poke in the back.
That's awesome.
Do the old tap on one shoulder and appear on the other side. Hey, Cadence, what's up?
And yeah, that's it.
Softly whispers.
Right?
Yeah, just this,
Yeah.
the quietest little behind you. You just hear.
step on the back of her shoe and cast Death Ward.
Thanks.
All right. Anything else?
Nope. Classic cleric bonus action.
Okay. Tooth.
Yeah, Tooth is just going to take a quick second just to sort of scan the the street. What's the civilians doing?
So
Because you said this was pretty crowded, right?
it's really weird. Everyone's gone.
Shocking. Shit breaks out. People clear out.
But with your perception, Tooth, and especially your elevated vantage, it's not like people are running, screaming through the back alleys. It's people just left. To put a meta perspective on it, if you remember in the second Sherlock Holmes movie, where they met with Moriarty in that restaurant, and he was like, haha, well, you thought it'd be safe in the restaurant because it was a public place, and he just snaps his fingers and everyone walks away. It's like that.
Got it. Okay. Well, that is spectacular. I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on the Tongue Lasher.
Okay.
And then hopefully shoot it a bunch of times.
Alrighty.
Okay. 22,
Hits.
17.
Also hits.
Okay.
You've got your weapons. Yeah, your weapon's magical now, right?
Yeah, +2.
Yep.
Yeah. So 23 for the first shot. And then 15 for the second. So 38. Do you need any breakdowns? Does it have resistances?
I checked. No. So 38 total.
Okay. 38 total.
Okay. Yeah, solid hit. This thing's definitely hardy, but that definitely hurt it.
That's it for my turn.
Okay. Seeker.
I think I think Seeker is going to kind of follow suit and kind of try to isolate Alistair. So he's going to move 5, 10. He'll get behind the creature here. He's going to hex the creature.
I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think you can get to that point without going by Alistair.
Well, it depends. Yeah, if Brimstone will let me run through the peeps.
Run through your friends?
Yeah.
But still, you would have.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
gonna provoke an
You're
attack.
gonna
roll.
provoke
Yeah,
Alistair.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I
But
was
you
thinking
can
I
run
could go
through your
the
friends.
creature. Yeah. Well, Seeker will stop right here. Then he'll be
Yep.
just
Okay.
Alistair.
That you can
There
totally
you go.
do.
Yeah. And yeah, he'll hex this creature and probably his con ability checks.
Okay.
And then he'll quarterstaff him here. Where's my hex? Oh my gosh. 14.
14 misses.
That's it for Seeker.
Alrighty. So, just clean up some sheets here, guys. Sorry. Oops. Close the wrong one because I'm awesome. Chrome, you're up.
Chrome's a little bit even more irritated because now he walked away from him. So he's gonna come over here.
Yeah, those social niceties. $12 misses, 13 misses.
Fucking A.
That it?
Hang on, I need to check to see if this is a bonus action. It is an action. Nope, I'm done.
Okay. Pez.
I'll do 2 greatsword right attacks against Alistair.
All right.
And numero uno, not so much. And second attack.
Oh,
my
boy.
God.
Oh
Thank
wow!
God you didn't pull your
Wow.
fucking gun out. Jesus Christ.
Jesus. Yes. So I just start firing.
Tongues out, guns out, guys.
All right.
So anyway, I just started firing.
Well, on that note, I'll try my blood curse of binding
Okay.
on Alistair.
Okay. That's a
So
strength save.
That is a strength save, yes. And I'm gonna amplify.
And he fails. So his speed is
Smart
reduced to 0 and it can't use reactions until the end of its next turn.
And I take 2 points damage for the amplify. And that ends my turn.
Okay. Alistair's turn. He's going to look. Yeah. He's going to look at you, Seeker, who's kind of circling around. And he just kind of like looks at you. And you see him like go to like draw the sword towards you as he says, "You and your friends meddle, always meddling." And he takes a couple of swings.
Are you calling me out, sir?
Only chrome is metal.
That's racist.
18.
Yeah, the 18 will hit.
And because he has his friend nearby, there's sneak attack damage, which we'll do that in a second.
But Seeker has more friends, so that should cancel out sneak attack.
So con save DC 15.
Cool. Advantage. Player advantage.
Yep.
Excellent.
Good thing.
Good thing.
Lucky.
So you take 21 points of damage total from that.
Excellent.
And-
Excellent.
And then I will roll the sneak attack damage. Another 12 points of damage from
Jeebus.
sneak attack.
All right.
Thank you, Ari, for the advantage.
Excellent.
And he will do a... it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's it for him. Cadence.
Right. Which of the two is looking more hurt right now?
I mean, percentage-wise, probably the creature.
She'll go after the creature then. So a couple attacks on him. 18, 12.
18 hits, 12 misses.
Cool.
So 9
And-
points.
Bunches of pinches.
Okay.
17.
17 does hit, and your fists are magical.
Is still standing?
Oh, yeah. It's not even bloody.
Yeah, okay. Oh, shit.
Oh, that is the greatest of news.
It's bloodied now.
Okay. I did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, Cadence, you just, like, jam your spear into this thing, and, like, as you're pulling it out, you just throw these, like, 2 huge, like, haymakers to this thing. The second one, like, connects, and you see, like, a tooth break off as the, like, tongue, like, lashes around, trying to, like, find the source of who punched it.
But no for the tongue. Yep, that's it for Cadence.
Vox.
Yeah, Vox is he would have like given like Freyr as much of like a facial acknowledgement of like, I appreciate that you guys are fighting this, but at the same time he's like also feels very guilty for not fighting, but at this point Vox is still too petrified. He's still gonna be in the alley.
Okay.
What the fuck,
Cool.
Box?
All right. Next up. Our boy.
When he starts his turn, Seeker's Halo Sports go off.
Okay. Con save.
Yep.
16.
That meets it.
Okay, so he's good. And he is going to... yeah. It is going to... It just turns to you, Seeker, and, like, just lunges at you with its mouth open. 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 will hit.
That's 18 points of piercing damage. And as the, like, teeth clamp around your shoulder, you see these, like, 2 claws just kind of, like, slash in this cross at your chest. 21.
Yeah.
Jesus.
22 points
Yeah.
of slashing damage.
Seeker's down.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh my god.
You see... so, first of all, this is the first time you got down in a long time. This isn't...
Yeah, he
This
just
is
went.
like-
He just went 73 hit points in 1 round.
No. The crit wasn't there. Did you take the full damage from the crit?
No, plus Alistair's
Oh, okay.
damage.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
in the
Yeah.
worth of 1 round. Yeah.
And you see the creature like look at the tongue, like gives like a little like poke to Seeker, sees that like there's no movement, and like turns to look at Cadence. Freyr.
Yeah, like Freyr hasn't seen Seeker go down in a long time, and he's just like looks down at himself and is just like, oh man, this is gonna fucking hurt like a bitch.
I've seen this play
And-
before.
He is going to just drop life transference essentially into Seeker, and because he is now a Grave Domain Cleric, Seeker will get. Let me do quick math. 64 hit points back,
Oh my goodness.
and he takes 32 hit points of damage.
oh, Freyr.
Wow. Seeker just barely looks over his shoulder, assuming Freyr is the one that did this for him,
Yeah.
and probably just sees Freyr reeling in pain.
Spring.
Yep.
And do I actually? I think I do have a. This is a. No, I'm not going to bonus action that yet. We're still fine. We're still fine.
Cool. Tooth. Freyr.
Tooth is
You
gonna-
see like Seeker go down, get back up. He gets up again. You just can't ever keep him down. And
I was going to make the tub thumping reference.
Nice.
and you see Freyr just kind of like gasp and like put a hand out to like steady himself against the door as he transfers his life force into him.
Well, that's fantastic news. I'm going to attack that monster again, but I am going to try activating Sharpshooter and see if that does anything. 18.
Sharpshooter? So
I apologize. Sorry, I apologize. That should be 13, so that's a miss.
Miss.
I had Sharpshooter set up on damage, but not onto hit.
Got you.
Okay, 23 though should hit.
23 will hit.
I would hope. So with some great rolls, take 23 points of damage.
Yeah, solid hit though. Definitely hurting.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay, Seeker. You're prone. You have no idea what happened, but you feel
Yeah, Seeker's
like
gonna
better than you did when you were conscious.
a lot better. Yeah, Seeker stands up and just kind of like gives his head a shake. He'll kind of like give Freyr the nod, and then I think Seeker is probably upset. I think like Seeker like gets to his feet, and he actually probably doesn't even acknowledge Freyr this time. He gets to his feet and just kind of like the savage side of him kind of takes over, and he'll use his primal savagery on the creature.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Seeker.
Yeah, like Seeker's like teeth and fingernails like just like start like oozing poison, and like you just see him go savage and start like clawing at this fucking thing.
You lunge to this creature who just like puts you down. This like acid like kind of oozing out of your teeth and your claws. And as they like sink into the creature, nothing.
That makes Seeker even more
You
upset.
just watch kind of the acid just like roll off its skin.
Oh, God damn it. So upset, he's gonna bonus action hidden step.
Okay. Cool.
Seeker's invisible.
Chrome.
Did you go anywhere or you just turned invisible?
Invisible.
Just invisible.
Yeah, Seeker disappears. $25 hits, 19 hits, 30 points of damage. Solid hit. Still up, but just barely.
That's all I got.
Okay, Pez.
Okay, 2 more attacks against Alistair
Okay.
with the great sword. Let's see if I can do better than a fumble. Okay, there's one, and there's a second one.
Okay.
The first one scores.
Yeah, he will reduce the damage to take 7 points.
Okay, and no attack second time around. So is he's able to do that even though he's bound, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a reaction. Let me read when he gets his reaction back. From your
He got
body.
his reaction back after the end of his turn, I think.
Nope, he doesn't have it. He takes the full damage.
Woohoo!
Yeah, full damage. He gets his reaction back at the end of Pez's turn.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh no, because it's a full minute because I did the amplify.
Its speed is there for a full minute, but
Okay.
it can do the save. That's actually interesting. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll say it's the whole duration is for a minute. It'll make the save at the end of its turn.
Okay. Yay. Okay, that's all I got.
All right. Next up is Alistair. He looks to you, Cadence. and
Yeah.
He's like, "Why am I attacking you? Because you always ruin everything. and he takes 2 swings at you.
So this is personal. Great.
I think both of those will hit.
Yep, both of those hit. But I have Death Ward.
Okay. So can you make a con save?
It's not even worried.
Okay. So
That's fine.
there's Death Ward
Casey's reaction
triggered.
was the best.
Yep.
Okay, so you're at 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Second attack. Doesn't matter. You're down.
I'm down.
Oh, I don't think it
But not
matters.
down.
But I'll roll the sneak attack damage.
I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Did he hit her through Death Ward and then hit her again?
Oof,
What did I do to you?
that was some
That's some sneak
shitty,
attack
shitty
damage.
rolls.
Yeah. And he will make the strength save at the end of his turn to try and shake the Blood Curse of Binding. He does not. He's still bound in place. Cadence, whisper me a d20.
Will do. I wrote DM roll. Is that wrong?
/
GM roll.
GR space 1d20. Okay. Vox.
It would be safe to say Vox would be able to hear like Freyr and Cadence go down. Obviously, like
Whoa, I didn't go
Seeker.
down.
Sorry, yeah, Seeker. My bad. But like he would probably hear them cry out in pain like during the attacks, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm assuming
for
yeah,
sure.
okay.
Seeker had like a long, slow, drawn out death. It was like a whole 6 seconds.
It's like the
Yeah.
mask.
Help me, Vox!
You got me,
Okay.
partner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's time for
Hiding us.
it's time for Vox to put the big boy pants on. He's gonna step out.
Okay.
Oops. Okay. And
Oof, Lucas. Oof.
sec. Okay.
Jesus Christ, you guys are just piling on him in fucking chat tonight.
Who are those at?
Oh, sorry, that would be for Alistair.
13 misses, 17 hits. And he will take 6 points of force damage.
Vox is like, as much as he came out and fired that, he still, you could tell he's like, he is cowering. Like he is not happy to be where he is.
Okay.
But that's it for his turn.
All right. Next up, this thing is like barely holding itself together. You can see like this thing knows it is not long for this world. It turns and stares you right in the face, Seeker. Which
Even though Seeker's
He can't
invisible.
It has
see me.
no eyeballs.
Unless he can see me.
Oh,
That's
he's
stupid.
I even
Lame.
mentioned that it had no eyeball.
That's fair. Yeah, oh, that's fair.
And it's gonna chomp at you again. 13 misses though.
Yes.
And follow up with a claw. 18.
Yep. Well, hit.
13 points of slashing.
62 damage. Okay.
And that's it for its turn. Freyr. Cadence is down.
Yep.
The creature is near death. Seeker disappeared. Pez is past bloodied.
Oy
And
vey.
you hear Seeker like take like a hit, but like it doesn't reappear still.
You just see
Okay.
blood scatter on the floor beside him.
I could do
Some
math on that
spores.
one.
Yeah, it's like when Predator kills something. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see him like, ow. I mean, I would not here.
There's a suspicious Seeker outline shaped in blood on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
here again, like kind of like looks down at himself and is just like, oh god, I gotta stop doing this. And then he'll cast life transference on himself again.
Yay.
And like tap Cadence with his toe and be like, doink. And she gets 64 health HP back as he takes another 32.
Yeah.
Freyr's not looking great now though. He's pretty beat up.
Okay. All right.
I've lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Things looks a lot better.
Fuck. Okay, if everybody could just stay on their feet for the rest of the battle, that'd be great.
Okay. Tooth.
Tooth promises.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to hit the tongue creature again. He'll stay with sharpshooter and press his luck.
Cool. 15 misses.
15 misses.
9
Oh
misses.
wow! Yeah, 9 misses, and that's the rest of my turn.
Okay. Seeker, you're visible again.
Yeah, Seeker pops back in. Whoops.
No, now
Nice
you're a
doing that.
ninja and visible.
Everything. Oh my gosh.
And now he's dead.
He reappeared and died.
Yeah.
Seeker cannot take this anymore. Seeker does not like this fucking thing in front of him at all.
Don't talk about Cadence like that.
Well, you know,
Just turn it into a shish kebab.
no, that would be useful if there were any shish kebab level spells left.
Shalala Bob?
Shalala Bob is always good. Fuck. Seeker is gonna try and hex this thing again. Or he's gonna hex it, I should say.
Cool.
Con again. And yeah. Let's see. I think Seeker is going to. Yeah, he's just gonna quarterstaff this thing. 27. And
Yeah,
hex.
game over.
Okay, he wants to hit him with the hex too. Anyways, the hex goes.
You just like bring this quarterstaff down and like drive it lengthwise through this thing's like lamprey like mouth, and you just feel like squelch as like you drive your quarterstaff clean through this thing, and it like slides limply off the end of your quarterstaff.
Seeker gets down on his knees and starts punching it, just dead into the ground.
Okay.
He just like, and he looks up at Alistair, and like he kind of has like Primal Savagery vibes going. He's just like breathing heavily, and he just says, "One chance to yield."
You just see Alistair kind of like grin. We don't give up.
Seeker
No,
kind
we
of
laugh.
grins at that too. Yeah.
You stare at Alistair.
Okay, Chrome.
Oh, it's me. I'm gonna do something really inventive and original. You guys have never seen it before. Are you ready?
Oh man.
Here it comes.
One miss, one hit. 16 points. Solid hit. He's past bloodied now.
I like that he's ignoring me. I'm just hitting him like a pinata. That's it.
Okay. Pez.
2 greatsword attacks coming up.
25 hits.
Booyah!
Hit him.
19
Booyah.
also hits.
Damage.
19 on the first one. Yeah. What does this look like? That's enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like shish kebab time to the assassin. Straight into his gut.
All right. So this first slash just kind of like comes down like across like his chest, like shoulder to sternum. And the second one, you just kind of like yo back like with both hands, like you just drive your sword up through his like midsection, lifting him up off the ground. As he's just kind of like body sliding up the length of your blade. He's like, there will be more. You see him fall dead off of your sword.
That was a
Look
fitting
forward
end.
to it.
And you guys are out of
Bring it
initiative.
on.
I didn't like him.
Like, he didn't shoot you through the forehead, did he, Seeker?
What? Through the forehead?
Do you remember that?
No.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Come on, man! Crossbow on a boat.
Yeah, last time we fought one of these guys, you went to go look through a door and he nailed you right between the eyes. You died.
Seeker would
God,
remember
bro.
that.
I had to get out of.
Yeah, Mike
I had to get
didn't.
out of bed.
I do remember that now, though. Yeah, can we search this dude? Is there any indication, like, where he from?
Sure.
Since Chrome remembers, he'll specifically try and look for the tattoos from the previous assassins.
All right. So, Seeker with a 20 investigation check, you find a couple of things. You find a vial of green liquid. You find a short sword that looks good, not spectacular, but through like passive perception, there's definitely like an odor coming off of it. You would say that there's like a slight green sheen to it. It's, you're smart enough, especially with kind of your herbalistic vibes. They'd say it's probably been coated in something similar to what's in the vial. And you find just like a single like sigil kind of on like the inside of this guy's like armor. Doesn't seem to be like particularly like prominent or like on display, but you see this logo. Oh wait, I guess I should show it to you guys before I just show it to the stream. Boop. Boop.
Okay.
No!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
So I think all of
Sorry,
you,
that was a metagame for fuck's sake.
yeah. I think you
I was
guys
gonna
don't
say, yeah,
know.
we heard a metagame out of two very distinct individuals.
Yeah. Mike has no idea.
Yeah, I was like, shit. Should I know this?
Yeah. So
And he's got a tattoo, or what is it?
there's no tattoo. This is just like an insignia that's almost on like the inside of this guy's armor.
It's not familiar to Seeker.
With your background, Seeker, I'll let you make a history check to see. You probably could find out about it if like you were to contact your people, but your role will determine if you just know offhand. 15. Yeah, 15's good enough to get you this.
In the meantime, Seeker will like throw the sword, kind of like grab it and like throw it behind him, and he'll just say like, "Reeks of poison," and he'll tuck the vial of green liquid into like his satchel.
Couple of boys an hour later find the sword. Do what boys do.
Yeah.
One of them dies.
Yeah, Seeker throws it into a bush.
Nobody will.
Hours later, two boys find it. Do what boys do.
Yeah.
Just hits Vox as he's hiding in a bush. Oh!
Vox dies.
Box goes down. Freya's just like, fuck.
Freya life transferences, but kills himself in the process and brings Vox back up.
Yeah.
Seeker kind of stands up. Fuck. The Crucible. It's not like the others that were sent for us. Something more.
What's a crucible?
It's a group. I've never seen them, only heard of highly organized vigilantes.
Great.
very effective.
Well, then we should find Tell and get the fuck out of here.
Lillian,
Seeker,
we're
like,
looking for
Aaron.
Lillian.
I thought we were looking for. Oh, sorry, Lillian when she's 12.
We need to
Yeah, I
save Tell.
apologize.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tooth
Yes,
would know that.
sorry.
Tooth would know that.
Yes. Lucas is just happy he's in his own house. Okay? Baby steps.
When this guy said like there will be more, now that Seeker's like put it together, like what the group is, like what is that? Does that mean anything specifically to Seeker? Like there's an army coming for us, or like every turn? Like what do you think that would kind of tell Seeker?
I'd say like
one more guy. Just one more guy.
with your
There's
with
two of them.
your
That's the whole group.
yeah, with your kind of connections in Osteron, your group, even though you haven't been like, you didn't work in Osteron much, it's a like broad organization. The thing kind of like having talked through this a bit, at least, you know, in the immediate aftermath with the group, the piece that like doesn't track super great for you right now is the reason it's never really been front of mind for your house is they are kind of like the standard definition of that, like vigilante. They go after bad people. So your house has never felt the need to like organize the other houses against them. They just kind of like, if anything, turn a blind eye to what they do, because usually it's easier for them to deal with it than for you guys to have to officially deal with something.
Okay.
But you would say that, I think your house would know, and with your 15, like, it's not like you're talking like a band of people that like hang out in a tavern together on weekends. Like, they have a presence, especially in Osteron.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, Seeker, I think, just like looks like kind of like hardened and paranoid. Like internally, he's kind of like wrestling, like especially like they go after like the bad guys. Like what have we really fucked up if they're coming after us, kind of thing. But you know, also staying true to kind of why we're here. Do we have any indication where we're going? We just know we're in Osteron and find Lillian, right?
Osteron, and this is presumably the right time.
Right. Seeker will suggest to the group that it's like not safe to be in the streets, especially and that he knows a place they can go.
Okay. Can I get perception checks from everybody?
Yeah, it's on point for
All right.
Vox.
Fitting. Pez, you're like looking around, having had this like pitched battle in the middle of a busy city, and you know, picking up on kind of the same type of vibe that Tooth put down earlier. It's like you don't see anyone in like this block, like no one cowering. It's just like people aren't here anymore. Seeker with semi-ridiculous 26, you know, you kind of like, you know, look down the streets kind of knowing the direction you have in mind that you want to go. You don't see anyone. It's like the streets have been like cleared. And your like familiarity with like Osteron puts that firmly in the weird category.
The town look like we remember, like or at least like Seeker remembers.
Yeah, like looks good. Like looks the same for as like when you were here before. Chrome, Pez, you guys would remember when you guys came here shortly before you guys lost Thanwyn. It looks like the same city.
Are there any windows on these buildings to peek into? Like,
Sure.
are there people inside? Does it look?
The ones immediately here, looking inside, if you just kind of like go to peer in a window, looks like a normal house, like fully furnished, has like, the normal trappings you would expect, kind of looking into what looks like a kind of a workroom. If you look through a few more windows, you do eventually see like people kind of like close window shades. Kind of gives you the vibes of like that like old Western when like, the gunfire's coming to town and everyone's just like whoosh.
Yeah. Yeah. We should move quickly. Something is not right here.
After you.
Let's go to that place that you mentioned.
Seeker will cast. Let's see. Pass without trace on everybody.
Okay.
And he'll lead them like probably the back ways if possible to, like, especially if there's a back entrance to like Seeker's house or like a hidden entrance or a way that he can not like walk through the front door and be like, yo, Seeker's here.
Okay, cool. So give me a round of stealth checks for everyone as Seeker kind of leads you through the back alleys of the city.
Yep, that makes sense. Checks out.
Again, that's on point for Vox.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Vox steps on 4 cats the whole way.
Oh, Vox hasn't moved unless you guys came and got him. He's still where he is.
Yeah, like Freyr's with Vox, and like Freyr will like kneel down next to Vox and be like, buddy, we're gonna get off the street here. I don't wanna, like, I can give you something to help you through, but I don't want to suppress what you're feeling, because you gotta confront it. I think whatever's happening here.
You can see like he's staring at you, but you're not even sure if Vox is like registering the words you're saying. He's like wide-eyed and like he's freaked out, and then in a moment he disappears.
You son of a bitch! I would instantly dispel magic.
Well, I was gonna say you don't get the sense he left. You get the sense this is like,
He's just
if we're leaving, like this is the only way I'm going to traverse the streets with you type thing. No, this isn't like he's trying to run away from you. He appreciates that Freyr's like checking in on him, but he's just like, you could tell he's like trying to speak, but he's just unable.
Okay, you just hold on to my shoulder, buddy. We'll get through this.
All right, so
I rolled twice because I forgot I have advantage.
Yep. All right,
but I'll take the first number.
You guys start making your way through, varying successes. The few times people do kind of like stumble or like knock over like a barrel, kind of like trying to like press up against a corner to look around. Doesn't seem like there's any reaction or like anything. As you kind of continue to lead people through the street, Seeker, Tooth, and yourself. Again, you see like the odd like face in a window kind of like quickly pull the curtains as you guys kind of like pass through an alley. But like this area of town looks to be like cleared out. It's like no one's on the streets. It takes probably like 15 minutes, Seeker, kind of like deking and going through the back roads to get to kind of like one of your houses properties here that you feel would be safe, and it is kind of have an out of the way entrance that you kind of like dart into through the back, and older woman named Celsa is like, Seeker, what? Come in.
God damn it, Cadence! I was gonna make that joke later.
Salsa, where's guacamole? Does Seeker recognize this woman?
Yeah, she's one of like the older members of your house. It's like she's served forever. She just, she's that kind of person that like she's always been there. She's not like particularly high ranking, but like she's always there. Kind of knows the comings and goings, but doesn't, do much with them anymore. She's probably like maybe like 65 human. So she's old as far as like, house agents go.
If he recalls her name, yeah, he'll just say, Celsa. Yeah. Yes, it is Seeker. He just says it's emergency. We need shelter and safety, and I need to speak with Davistar.
I suppose you're the reason the streets are empty?
Maybe.
Well, you'll be safe. I mean, as safe as one can be here. It's all right, boys. It's a friend. And you see two figures like pressed like into the corner on like either side of the door, lower crossbows.
Yeah, Seeker will like gesture for the group to come inside. Seeker's kind of paranoid right now. Like when Celsa says, "Yeah, like come in, you'll be safe here." Like, what kind of vibe does he get from her?
Roll an insight check. Celsa's never given you any reason to like distrust her. She's been like a loyal house agent for as long as you can remember. She generally is one of the people who will man your house's assets in Osteron because she doesn't go out anymore. This particular safe house is a property that she was running even the last time you were in Osteron.
Okay.
So it tracks with what you would expect.
We need healing. If you can help.
Well, I'm not sure what me and the boys can do, but nothing a good night's rest can't fix.
Well, we can't be too careful. By the way, Fox needs a drink. And like Freyr just like gestures at an empty shoulder. But he'll like then like immediately like sit down and start like casting Prayer of Healing while this conversation is happening.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, also assuming it like we traveled fairly quickly, I think I could only concentrate that for like a minute. So Vox would probably reappear once we're like in here, like unwillingly, but, he reappears.
Yeah. Mechanically, I'll let you get there with it. It's not in combat, so we're not too concerned about tracking it. I like
amazing.
I like the visual of that. See, the Seeker has gathered an eclectic group.
Why are the streets empty? What happened? How did they anticipate us?
People have been looking for you for quite some time. You and your friends have caused quite the ruckus. The last time you were here, you all disappeared from the castle grounds, and in the aftermath, Darren went missing. Aeolus went missing. You were all implicated in their disappearance.
Yes, Seeker doesn't remember this, but he's heard obviously from the rest of the group, kind of what went down in Osteron.
Full name.
The
Zombies and Ninja.
the crucible was waiting for us.
Well, they certainly have the sway to clear the streets, at least in a good chunk of the town. Lots of threats.
How many are here in Osteron?
I don't know that we've ever gotten a full count, but a significant presence. They have their own facility, assets, headquarters, if you will, on the far side. I know they train others there. Just as we have our training facilities, they have theirs.
So where is Davis Star?
He's been working with the lower levels of government, the council, trying to clean up the aftermath and remove the implication that there was any wrongdoing. Your friends may have no ties to this place, but everyone is aware of your affiliation.
Seeker says, I don't care. What's coming is much worse than what we did. We have to find somebody quickly.
Who do you seek?
A girl. Young. Powerful. Seeker probably looks over his shoulder at Tooth, and then just kind of looks back to Celsa.
Do you know what this girl looks like?
Girl, hair. She's young.
Vox has seen young Lillian, right? Through.
You haven't seen a Lillian this young, but you've seen.
Okay. He would at least Vox would cast a minor illusion of the youngest Lillian he's seen and attempts to help portray the picture of who this is.
Okay.
You don't have a picture in your wallet? Okay.
Yeah, what kind of fucking dad are you, Tooth?
It's his
Seeker
wife.
doesn't understand. Yeah.
It's his wife as a kid. No one carries around a kid picture of their wife in their wallet. That is not a thing.
Unless they should be arrested.
Yeah. Well played, Tooth. I think you're playing the right card there.
That's valid. That's valid. I mean,
Honey, here's a picture of you when you were 6. No comment.
That's how I got this. Yeah.
Make it less weird. All 3 pictures of you as kids in your wallet. You, your wife, and your daughter.
So
Yeah.
No, don't like it.
Vox, I think the only Lillian that you've seen and remember is
Oh, true. Yeah,
the Lillian that's Tooth's wife, and the image of Lillian Prime that was depicted later. So you can show probably Tooth's wife as a closer representation than crazy Lillian Prime. So
Yeah, she looks like that, but younger.
How old, roughly?
12.
And you say powerful?
Special.
Yeah.
Special. I'm not trying to make this difficult. It's a very large city to find a child in.
Yeah, I think
understand.
that's why we're asking for help.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Since they've conjured this minor illusion, and I know I botched the roll, but Freyr has also seen like child Lillian, right?
Yep.
So, is there a way that I don't know if Freyr gets the roll to kind of like be like, yeah, it looks like her, but maybe like change this a little bit, like to see if we could get it close to like a median between what she looked like as a baby and what she looked like in the minor image?
Yeah.
I don't know what.
The version
I was
you
just gonna
guys
say-
saw was about 5 when you saw Lillian.
I mean, that's probably closer than
Yeah.
adult Lillian.
So
I was just gonna
I've
say,
put the
I don't know
roll,
if it changes the results of this, but Vox spent a lot of time creating like minor illusions to keep himself company when he was alone. So,
Freyr, if you want to contribute, Pez also has seen proper Lillian. Like kid
That's
Lillian.
true.
So, if any of you three want to help in this, we can see if that might give Vox some direction.
Yeah, Freyr would help. Of course.
Oh,
You
After he-
see Chrome trying to like stumble through.
20d6.
Freyr gave himself aura vitality because
Oh.
Freyr's hurting real bad.
Okay.
But also, if anybody, hold on, because I gotta do math now because I did not need 71. That is impressive.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some. There's gonna be
I
some
thought you
HP up.
did Prayer of Healing already for 15.
I still needed a lot more than that 15.
Yeah, I think, what did he take 64 points just
Yeah,
healing other people? Yeah.
Self-inflicted damage. Hold on. There is 22.
You've been hanging out
HP
with
up.
Pez too much, buddy.
There's 22 HP up for grabs. Who needs it?
I'll take some.
Pez, did you
I'm
take the
exactly
15?
20 less.
I'm down
No, but
48.
did you take the
Did you
15
take the-
from before? I don't think you did.
Yeah.
I
Freyr-
gave everybody
Freyr feeling.
15.
Mhm.
Chrome is
I
only
would-
down by
I would-
20.
Are you able to
Everyone gets
spread that
15?
out if someone doesn't need 15, or is it like just equal
No,
for
that
every
15
person?
is.
Gotcha.
I'll
Yeah,
take
so
it.
Vox wasn't heavily in that fight, so he definitely doesn't really need 15.
Seeker's okay now after the 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if it's gonna go to waste, Seeker could use 7 hit points.
Then
No,
you can have 7 hit points.
Okay,
Perfect,
So then
alright.
15 more Pez that you can take.
Okay, thank you.
There. Then that's everything.
Cool. You guys patch
I'm
yourselves
down
up.
18, but that's survivable.
History check for her.
History. Yeah, because it's. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
History. He's busy patching
Pez,
himself up.
for history. We'll see if any of you guys can improve this or whether that's the picture you get.
Not a single one of us took advantage.
Not for me.
Perfect. That's the picture you get. I mean, if you've taken advantage, it only would have been 13.
Seeker remembers young Lillian, but he can't just. He's just like, yeah, girl, small with hair. We're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He tried to describe. Oh no, she doesn't have any memories. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you don't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like Vox would have heard Freyr start describing it and been like eyebrow up, and then Pez would have like just cut in with like the weirdest description ever, and he just wouldn't have tried to make another illusion.
Yeah,
He just
like
would have
a
been like,
forked
"That sounds
tongue."
wrong." Yeah, he's just like,
Definitely-
he's just kind of looking at Pez, like shaking his head,
She
like
has
he's
a
like,
face
"I'm not gonna."
tattoo.
Are
I'm
we
not
sure she
doing
was
that.
female? I thought she was a guy.
I don't know if any of you guys who have memories of recent events want to read the chat because there's a suggestion that may help. I don't know. Just putting it out there. People that actually
Describe
have
Kel.
recent memories.
That was a low blow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seeker describes Hell. The girl with hair, young.
Yeah. Let you all. So anyone who was there and saw Tell in the hospital, if you want to try and use that, I'll let you. Because I don't want you guys to super struggle bus to try and identify someone
Okay.
based on just the fact that no one in this party has an intelligence higher than like 10.
Look, listen, all right? Not all
Whoa,
of us can be
whoa.
2-2.
So,
What is my
so
intelligence?
using our memory of Tell,
Seeker has a.
Yeah, you're right.
what roll do I need?
History.
What do I history again?
Yeah.
Using Tell.
All right.
Slightly better.
13's better. Describing Tell, Vox, with your familiarity with minor illusion, you kind of like almost like sculpt this image based on like kind of like a de-aging Lillian to kind of like line up with the image of Tell that you have in your memory as well, and Pez kind of outlining some of the like features. And Celsa is, I see. Well, I'll put out word to our contacts. I assume you're wanting to lie low.
This must be discreet, Celsa, yes. I do not wish the entire house to know Seeker is back.
I see. I will use my own channels then.
Thank you.
The benefits of a long life is you have lots of favors to cash in.
You will have one more from Seeker then.
I expect to live long enough to cash that in.
What time of day is it right now?
You guys like gotta, jumping through portals is always a little weird, especially when it's a fruit infused trip through some weird tunnel. But you would have to like guess just based on kind of like the sky and the sun that you saw on the trip over here, probably like mid-afternoon, maybe like 3-4 o'clock. Celsa's like, well, there's enough space here, I believe, for most of you to retire and get some rest. It will take at least a few hours for me to spread the word and see what I can find out.
Seeker just nods.
There's food and drink in the pantry.
What are you talking?
Yeah, drink. I'm there.
Me too.
Seeker just like takes like Celsa's hand probably, and Seeker doesn't like get like physical in that way very, very often, and she probably sees like some like kind of desperation in his eyes, especially after this fight kind of, and he just says thank you again.
You're much taller than I remember, and the odor has not changed. Stay safe, my friend. And she kind of like lets go of your hand, and you see her walk out the front door of her house with like a like wicker basket. Looks like a shopping basket, like she's just going to pick up groceries. You see the boys kind of one at the front door, one at the back door, just kind of like peering out the window like every 15 seconds or so.
Cool. Yeah, they're inside, like you're obviously, yeah. Are they like eyeing us at all? They're just kind of doing their thing still. Cool.
Yeah. You would be familiar with the house. While there are operatives that are, skilled, like they hire a lot of like muscle protection, bodyguards for members of the house that aren't. These have that vibe. These are like highly skilled, but like these are, security agents.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
And what we'll do there is I think we'll take a quick bio beverage snacks. But thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the subs, the hype train. You guys are all super awesome, and we love you lots. We will be back in 5 min or so once we have replenished our supplies. See you guys in a few minutes, And thanks for hanging out. We'll be back. And we're back. We have snacks. We have drinks. We're good to go. And no one's dead. So, I mean, winning.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, people died. Well, not really died.
No one died.
No one died.
There was a death
I'm
save
knocked
throw.
out.
How dare you?
There was a death save. That's true. One was rolled.
Yeah.
Was it passed?
I don't know.
No.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow, Cadence.
Thanks, Caden. Thanks for being honest, Caden.
Um,
And I expect nothing less from you.
Yeah.
That is why you have Death Ward.
Not anymore. I used it.
Guys, I almost died back there.
So you guys are in Celsa's house. You guys have a bit of time. She said it would take a few hours. Is anyone
Does she
getting
have
up
any
to
chips?
anything? There are definitely chips of all of the finest varieties. Ketchup chips, all dressed chips.
Excellent.
Yeah. All
Only the finest.
only the
Not the
finest.
mustard Doritos.
Yeah, all the finest Canadian staples are available in this pantry. Every time Chrome tries to eat one, it magically disappears and turns into a regular potato chip.
Chrome wouldn't try to eat it anyway. He can't.
Details.
Every time the Warforged picked up food for some reason, I don't fucking know why.
So anyone doing anything other than like eating, catching your breath, kind of like, collecting yourselves?
I am hoping that Vox hasn't like cast greater invisibility on himself, because I'm looking for Vox just to check on his mental well-being.
Vox is still there. He can't cast Greater Invisibility because he's out of spell slots.
Because Warlock life, yeah.
Because Warlock life, and his mental stability is at about a 0.
Oh wow. Fuck. This is not Freyr's area of expertise. He does not have a degree in psychology, but Freyr's gonna get is like Vox sitting in a chair? Is he like sitting on the ground, like curled up in the fetal position? Is he like laying on the ground, like in like spread eagle, like staring at the ceiling? Give me a visual here. What am I dealing with? Is he on the couch?
No, I don't
Give
think
us
he'd be
some
sitting yet.
help.
I think he'd want to be like standing to remain like semi like passive defensive and just like on guard kind. He's probably like in the corner of a room. Assuming Celsa's not like around the door area, he's probably as close to like an exit as he can be, but he doesn't seem too focused. He seems to be like you can tell, like looking at his face, like he is reliving whatever it is. He's reliving something horrific, and it looks like he's just like watching it like a movie, essentially, like just like in his vision.
Hey,
Okay,
don't worry,
so
Vox. You could have found out that you're the, sole transference of the big bad's like best friend in the party. It could be worse.
Crow, read the room. Jesus. Okay. Hey, Vox. Hey, Vox. Let's just get away from the door. Let's just go into the living room, have a sit down, take a load off, have a drink, have a bite to eat.
I'm assuming you're like guiding him. He like if Freyr's like nudging
Freyr,
him along. Yeah, he'd like he's just kind of like stumbling in like Freyr's like direction, just kind of like.
Yeah, Freyr's definitely like leading him to like a nice, comfy seat, whether it be a chair, a love seat, an ottoman, a couch, preferably a couch with a headrest that he can lay back on, and Freyr can pull up a chair next to. So, tell me about your parents.
Oh man, gonna go right to that.
Oh no.
Immediately goes into a panic attack.
Straight to the good stuff.
Yeah, you just see his his pupils just like dilate. Like his eyes were already wide, but like now he's like, yeah, exactly. Like it's like you just hit like the biggest trigger of all.
Yeah, I don't ask him about his parents. I know about his parents. I was there. I was there when he made the wish. I'm not asking him about his parents. I like Vox. You doing all right? You look a little shaken up. You look a little out of focus. You were MIA during the fight back there. I mean, is it because we're in Osteron? Really had to think about that for a second there. Like, is it because we time traveled forward? Is there some like what's going on, man? You gotta come clean with me here. Something's up.
Yeah, as you say, like Osteron, he like looks over at Freyr and like looks him in the face like with the same expression. And he opens his mouth, but you almost hear like kind of like just like a gasp of air, like a choke, like words were there, but he can't get them out. And then he casts a minor illusion, and you see just like kind of like cloaked figures like walking, some Aasimar, just like they're just kind of moving, and then they just like they gut their wings off them with just like a sword, with just a cleave, and like push them down, and like that's the end of the illusion.
I'm not trained for this in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So it's clearly being back here in Osteron is clearly a little much for you. All right. Listen, I'm gonna get you something to eat. I'm gonna get you something to drink. You just chill out, relax here. Deep breaths. That's and don't leave. Don't leave. Just stay right here. Count the tiles in the ceiling or something. I don't know. And like,
you see him like look at Freyr, and like for a split second, he kind of like acknowledges it for a second, and you see him like he genuinely like can understand the appreciation, but just as quickly as it came, it goes right back to like he goes back to like reliving the things again.
Okay, all right. Like Freyr goes like back into the just like sticks his head into the kitchen. Hey, listen, can I get somebody to bring Vox some like food and drink? He is not doing well, and he does not want to be here, so we got to make like double time. We got to find Lillian and get back to like not Osteron. And like Freyr will like go back and like sit with Vox and just be like, I'm not a trained professional in any of this. I'm just like, I got nothing.
Hey, it's A for effort.
How tall is Vox?
Good question. Let me check. I think he's like 6 foot or something like that. It's like a fairly normal, like a kind of tall human, but not like crazy tall or anything. Let me check bio. Oh, never mind. He's 6'6". He's actually pretty tall.
Oh my god, he's massive.
Oh.
He's like fucking 2 feet taller than I am. It's like almost 3 feet taller than I am.
Amazing.
Him sitting down in the fetal position is still taller than you.
Yeah, probably.
Good
It's like
point.
tiny, like plate-clad dwarf, like just sitting in a chair next to like this giant-ass human, just being like, "So."
Whoa, Aasimar.
Sorry.
He wishes he was human, except for today.
Meta-wise, that's pretty much like, if anyone hasn't gotten it yet, like when Vox was raised around Osteron, there were a group tormenting all the Aasimars and basically like outcasting them because they weren't like pure humans enough. So they like tortured them, cut their wings off.
Was it
did whatever. Not that Vox is aware of. Like, he was young when this was happening, and his parents like basically moved out of Osteron to the outskirts in like as much protection as possible to try to like separate Vox from this and try to give him like the most normal life he could have growing up, essentially. Yeah.
I mean, Freyr obviously knows Ostenwald, I did it.
It is.
Freyr knows both Ostenwald and Osteron somewhat well. Like, would he is like the Aasimar still being like ostracized in this area, like, or is this like something that like kind of like happened like 10 20 years ago and like people have like been more accepting?
So the thing is, it's not like there's like an Aasimar like neighborhood or like community. They're like few and far between. So like Vox's family had that experience, but outside of the handful of like Aasimar that you've like encountered in your travels, it's true that they often can draw the ire of humans, sometimes through like jealousy, sometimes through intolerance and ignorance, but there aren't enough to say if it's still a problem. Like, you haven't seen any
Okay.
Aasimar in, you didn't see any in
Yeah.
Twin Stop, Wexforth, any of these cities. You haven't encountered any, so hard to say, but you get the
Gotcha.
sense
Okay.
that that was his family in like, probably in a neighborhood that like was particularly intolerant, and as a kid, your neighborhood's your world. So from him, Osteron hates Aasimar.
Gotcha.
And,
Okay.
and to add to that too, Vox has no idea. After his parents passed away, when they were living like in kind of like seclusion, he never went back. He just lived his life in solitude after that, and that's where he picked up magic. He like found ways to like conjure illusions to make himself feel like less secluded and less lonely. But he's been like separated from Ostron for like since he was a kid.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Man, yeah. Fuck. This is heavy.
I didn't know we were gonna end up here, but I was like, oh shit, Ostron. I'm like, that's the one place Fox hates.
Yeah. So like Freyr will Freyr, like recalling this knowledge, will just be like, all right, man, Vox obviously like he has no desire to be here. He absolutely detests, like he hates this place. He like can't be himself here, but like Freyr's lacking the ability to kind of give Vox the tools that he needs. So like Freyr's just kind of gonna do the best that he can, which is kind of just like he'll put like the comforting hand on like Vox's shoulder and just be like, I know this place has a lot of cold and hatred for you and your family, and I just want you to know that the party has your back. If anyone comes up to you, if anyone bothers you, we will bury them in the spot that they stand.
You see, like, just like one tear kind of roll from Vox's like right blue eye. I think it's his right one, and like he quickly wipes it away. But he barely musters it out. But he's like, thanks. And then he's like, you could tell he's like a little bit more at ease, but still very much like got that petrified look on his face. But he definitely appreciates the, like, it's at least mild comfort in a sense of like really bad environment. So
Seeker brings the plate of food that Freyr asked for and puts it down in front of Vox. Vox, you will be okay. You're strong. Just gives him a grunt.
God, I do therapy with Seeker by the word.
Yeah, 100%.
So no one else is getting up to anything in particular. You guys kind of like rest, collect yourself. You have certainly the time to do a short rest, if that's applicable for anyone. #Vox. You spend kind of a couple hours kind of just like collecting yourselves. It's getting on towards like, evening, probably like 6-7 o'clock. As you hear the jingle of the front door open, the guard at the front, no reaction, like lets this person in. Celsa returns. She's got a basket full of groceries, and she's like, Seeker?
Seeker stands up like right away when he sees her.
My shopping was successful.
What goods did you find? Seeker asks.
Well, I think we found the person you're looking for, but you're maybe not going to like it.
Seeker doesn't like most things.
It appears that some weeks ago, girl matching that description strode up to the gates of the Crucible headquarters and demanded admittance and training.
Seeker just looks at Tooth. Smart. We expected to see them again anyway, I suppose. Is there a way in? Do they ever leave for training? How can we get to her?
I don't know much about their inner workings or movements. They have assets everywhere, I assume, just as we do. Maybe even more far-reaching than ours. But you can always knock. I can show you where the building is. What you do with that is in your capable hands.
Did we confirm what time of day it was?
It's about 7 o'clock at night now.
Oh, okay.
Go Seeker.
You see her pull out from her like basket of groceries. Looks like a map of Osteron. And she indicates... shit. I closed my Osteron notes. One sec, guys. The benefits of using Google Docs is I will never lose a file. The downside is I can't just click on the file from my desktop.
Yeah.
Okay. Loading.
Whoa, we short rested?
Yeah, you definitely got the benefits of a short rest if you would like.
Yeah, but we're long resting, right? Like we're not doing anything crazy here tonight, right?
We haven't long rested yet.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm just saying, we're not doing anything crazy.
I hope not, but I took the short rest because I need those spell slots super bad.
Yeah, well, as a cleric, I don't have that luxury. It's long rest or bust.
Yeah. Long rest or bust. That needs to also be a t-shirt.
Yeah. So she points to a building that is in the Iron Piers. It's a rougher part of town, but it's a building that's called the Badger's Hall. It's a tavern. She's like, it's a front though. That's, from what I understand, their main headquarters where this girl presented herself.
Yeah, Seeker nods and just kind of like, I don't know if anyone else is like around, like looking at the map. Like Seeker would kind of like look to like,
like if that conversation wasn't private, Tooth would definitely like, if his passive picked up that's what you were talking about, he would definitely come over.
Yeah. Seeker wouldn't even know if he would like left the room, just like stood up as soon as Salsa got there, and yeah. So it looks at Tooth and Freyr, like, you know, to kind of garner what the plan is. And so where are we now? Like, where is that in relation to us? If you didn't say that, sorry.
It's like 2 districts over.
Eden is also studying the map since she's good with maps and cities.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 districts over. You guys are in Old Man Eyes. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I also am in it.
I thought you were saying the district name for a second. I was like, Omenais, like, spell that in the note here.
You guys you guys are in kind of like, you're both in both of these districts are in like the outermost ring of kind of the Osteron like city breakdown.
We're in the burbs.
Yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3. There's kind of the main central hub of the city at the core, and then there's like 3 kind of walled off sections going out towards the outer wall. You guys are in the furthest out kind of section of Osteron right now, and the specific district that you guys are in right now is called Queen's Fane Borough. And it is like 2 districts away, or kind of like 1 on the diagonal from the Iron Pierce.
Okay.
So like if you were walking straight there, like just walking through a city as one would do, probably like a 15-minute walk.
And can your people talk to their people and set up a meet?
Celsa, can you arrange that?
It'd be so much easier than trying to sneak into the place or try to knock on the door.
They'll likely see us before we ever reach the door.
Yeah, but at least if they know we're coming, they know that we're not, trying to fuck around.
I can try. Were you guys, when you came in, you said it was an emergency. Did you get into trouble on the way here?
No.
Yep.
We're looking. Oh, what, that guy? Yeah, we got attacked by some Crucible asshole. I don't even know who these Crucible people are. Fuck, I don't even know what a Crucible is. But we need that girl. So it's probably easier to talk to them than kill them all.
Well, how many are there?
We don't know. Many.
It might be easier to kill them all. We don't know.
Oh, that's why I got never-ending arrows.
You see, like, Celsa, like, kind of, like, cast a, like, glance at the group.
Yeah, and Tooth is not, like, there's no, like, hint of, like, sarcasm. There's no hint of bravado. There's just calculation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freyr is, like, 100%, like, if there's, like, like a dozen of them, like, yeah, we could probably, like,
Yeah.
That's a reasonable number.
Yeah, Celsa, like, looks kind of at you, Freyr and Tooth, who are like clearly like seriously considering this as like a viable approach. She's like, perhaps you don't have an appreciation for the scope of that organization. Our house is influential here in Osteron. We have agents that we dispatch to various parts of the world to keep us informed. This group is influential in the world, but
yeah.
All right.
So, in the past year, I've been to the Fey Realm. Apparently, I've met some gods. I've been to a couple planes. I've been to the beginning of time. I've seen a picture of the end of time. Yeah, it's been a year. We just want to talk to this girl. We don't want to kill anybody. And obviously we can't kill every Crucible member in the world, but
we'll try if we have to.
I'll set up a meet if I can.
I appreciate it.
The Seeker gives Celsa just a nod. Thank you. He gives her a look too, like, we're not crazy.
This.
I mean, but we are carriers.
This She just kind of like lowers her head for a second and like looks at you, Seeker, and like her expression kind of like takes on like a more like serious look. What you do here, especially within this city, reflects on us. You say that what you are working towards is more important. I don't know whether or not that is true or not. I believe you believe it. But the house comes first. If you go down this path, this will be the last thing that the house does for you.
Yeah, Seeker nods. I understand. If it goes poorly, you must cut ties with Seeker. That is fine. This is more important.
She like nods at you. I will arrange your meeting. You will leave your insignia and anything else tying you to our house here in case things do go, as you say, poorly.
Seeker pulls it off and puts it on the table.
She just kind of like nods, kind of like quietly, almost like under her breath. Like mutters like, I'm sorry.
What?
Making you choose.
It was no choice. Thank you.
Well, back out I go. Boys, mind the house. And this time she goes out and she's got like a small lantern in one hand and empty basket in her other hand as she walks back out into the street. Oh.
Before she heads out, Tooth is just going to cast a Hunter's Mark on her.
Okay. It's a mile?
Hunter's Mark, no.
10 miles?
No, it doesn't. It's not. It just gives me advantage on like perception checks and survival checks. Like if I wanted to track her.
It's not the one where you know its location.
No, that's locate object.
Okay.
Or locate person.
Cool. All right. So, she heads off. Couple hours go by. Again, it's getting later into the evening now. It's probably like, close to 10 o'clock. You hear that telltale jingle again. All right. They're not the most hospitable bunch, but and they are none too impressed with you lot, but they've agreed to meet you inside their offices tomorrow. Arrive for noon. They say no harm will come to you.
You believe them?
I believe that if you don't do anything untowards, they will not do anything untowards. Their leader is an imposing figure. I had not had the pleasure of meeting him until this evening. I had heard of him, but not ever met him in the flesh.
What's his name?
I believe most of his people call him Quickstrike, but I believe his name is actually Felkus.
What's he like?
I don't know him well. He is massive, though larger than you.
We just fought a giant rock creature 3 times bigger than any of us.
That thing was a lot more than 3 times bigger than you, sir. That
5 times bigger than us. We've seen some big shit. Some 7-foot tall guy's not gonna really be like, "Oh wow, you're 7 feet. Oh wow." Freyr's he's probably like half a bottle into whiskey.
He is.
Not to mention the size of that fire giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. The fire giant was absolutely enormous.
Yeah, we didn't fight that fire giant though.
No, but but in those 2 things that we just saw, like in the underground or in the underwater world, it's just like, are you seeing the fucking size of this thing? Like it's just like, no, man, we've seen some big shit. Like,
Hey, we all saw the way Cadence was looking at the fire giant. Any longer down there, she would have been throwing hands. I know it.
I mean, like, one of them did just down 2 of us, but still, I feel like we all are like, whatever. This is just another thing.
Celsa goes on. He is brilliant, charming, determined, driven. He leads this region of the Crucible. And understand there are others, but he is kind of like a regional boss, if you will.
the district manager. Got it.
There are many there. I did not get a full count, but certainly dozens and dozens.
Thank you, by the way, for arranging this.
It's the least we can do. Seeker has helped us out greatly over the years. I hope this is not the end of our working together.
Same for Seeker.
Retire and rest. The boys and I will keep an eye in case your activities have drawn any unwanted attention.
Speaking of which, while she was there, Tooth was kind of like eyeing up the boys. How capable do they seem? Do they seem like
capable?
You know, no, but I mean, like, do they seem like veteran capable? Do they seem like 8th level player character capable? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Give them kind of like a CR8 type vibe.
Okay, I'm not a battle master, but I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You'd give them like a CR8 type vibe.
Okay.
They're pretty capable.
Okay. What? So I assume like Celsa's kind of like gone off now, and
she's gone kind of back out to the front. She's talking to the agent stationed there, like, okay, they're gonna crash. They're out of here in the morning. We keep this place safe, locked down, keep an eye out. Buddy will do the same. I'll go back and forth.
What's the move?
I was going to ask you, how much of the real story are we going to tell these Crucible assholes? Because, I mean...
As little as we can.
possible. Yeah, like...
I mean, because didn't Alistair say something about they're mad at us for killing Darren or something?
Or
They
disappearing.
think we're the bad guys.
And
we-
Aeolus.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do they have any fucking clue who Darren really is?
Sorry, just
Like, that's what I'm saying.
just for clarity, so because I don't know if Lucas is on this or if Tooth is on this, the mention about Darren and Aeolus was not the Crucible's implication.
Oh.
That was Osteron's leadership implication.
Oh, got it.
I
I inferred that. Yeah, I inferred that the Crucible was Osteron's leadership.
No.
They're like a vigilante group.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. The Crucible, Alistair was seemingly pissed at you guys.
Yeah, we
yeah,
gotta tell them as
for-
little as possible. Like they
Who's
fucking tried to
for-
kill us. We showed up to town and these fuckers tried to do us in.
And is this the first time, guys? If this is the first time we've ever fought these guys?
I don't
'Cause he
recognize
said
that.
he says that we keep fucking up their plans or something.
But, I mean, with the amount of fucking time travel we've done, I mean, we've probably fucked up a lot of people's plans. I mean, can we be held responsible for that? I don't think so.
He's probably referring to a later us.
We, it's part of it. I mean, we didn't always ask for this. Sometimes, yeah, we asked for it, but not always.
Yeah, 99% of the time is in fact not always.
Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, okay. So as little as possible.
We'll have to either convince them we're not their problem, or perhaps have a way to barter with them. Won't be easy.
So what do we got that they want? Because I'm not
Yeah.
being fuck. I mean, if I end up like a tree again, apparently.
Their goals are, I imagine, like justice,
yeah, I'd
Their
say
goals
like,
are unclear.
justice, power.
yeah. So you get the sense it's not from what you know about them and their operations, and Celsa's around if you wanted to talk to her more about it, just for the sake of helping this conversation. It's not about power for them. They're not trying to rule or lead or amass power or wealth or influence. They are doing the things that other people don't want to do or can't do for what they determine to be good. The definition of vigilante justice, king democratically elected, but it has an asterisk beside who all was encouraged to vote a certain way. He's on the hit list. They do what they feel needs to be done for the good of the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
We're not so different. Maybe we can convince them that.
Yeah. I mean, when she was talking about Falcus, I thought she was describing me, except for the size and the brilliant and the charming part. But everything else, that was...
Sounded just like you.
Yeah.
Yep. One adjective was indeed the same.
I don't know. You said you determined. I heard driven.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe two adjectives that are synonyms.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, that's 40%.
Vox, you'll have to be up for this. We need you. He looks at Seeker looks at Freyr. You're his coach now, man. You're his mentor. You're taking him through this whole program.
Vox will be there. physically.
Sorry, that's Ryan, not Vox.
Yeah.
Vox just breaks into hysterical laughter. You know, Vox is like trying to like compose himself and like looks at Seeker and like gives him like a faint nod, but you can tell the reluctance isn't with like his not with the oath to the party, just like it's gonna be a lot overcoming this.
Stick close to me, Vox. You'll be all right.
This group is your family now.
Thank you.
Does Seeker just suddenly hop in like this really cool sports car and do a burnout and leave?
He walks over to the ice box and grabs a Corona.
Yeah, exactly.
Has that been there the whole time? Freyr like goes over the
Freyr's he's having his own minor illusions. He thinks there's coolers of beer around the place now.
Who can cast conjure limes?
Long rest? Anybody?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Long rest or bust, yo.
All right.
Yeah. It's
So-
gotta be like 11 o'clock now, midnight.
Oh yeah. It's late in the evening for sure. You guys kind of all retire up to the rooms, and kind of retire, get yourselves settled in. Some of you more restless than others, more on edge, but eventually sleep takes you all, and you guys can mark off a long rest.
Brutal.
Wakey, wakey. Daylight's burning.
Who the fuck is saying that?
It's Celsa.
Yeah.
God damn it, salsa.
Seeker gets up.
Don't get to
Sets
be
down
as old
whatever.
as I am by sleeping in every day.
Yeah, Vox is probably already. I imagine he would have woken early, so he's probably just like up and restless.
What's sleep?
True. Chrome's like, I was watching the whole time.
All right. So
What time do we get up?
it's probably about like 8:30, 9. Should let you sleep in a little.
Noise.
Not bad. Thanks, Salsa.
I'll take that, yeah.
So there's food that's actually been prepared this time for breakfast, so you guys can get some food, get some drink. Celsa's like, anything else you need? Or just good luck.
You've done plenty.
You see, kind of on the sideboard, Seeker, Tooth, your perception's probably high enough to notice it too, kind of a spot the difference vibe from yesterday. There's like a small little wooden box with a lid open that seems to have like the insignia stuff that Seeker handed over yesterday. Kind of like placed neatly and organized in this small kind of almost like a jewelry box. As she like looks at you, Seeker, she like closes the lid. We'll hopefully just be holding on to this for you, and you'll be able to get it back soon.
Yeah, Seeker nods.
If you guys have anything you guys are wanting to do, or are you just kind of gonna hunker down and wait until noon? Or in time to head out for noon?
Yeah.
I don't know. Try to discuss more if what our approach is going to be. plan A and plan B and C and D and E.
Sure.
Players immediately like taken aback, like, what the fuck is Plan B?
Well, C, D,
like,
E, and E, they're all the same. Just wing
Like
it.
we're just gonna go in there and just gonna see how it unfolds. Like
Plan A is Unga and Plan B is Bunga. Let's go.
They obviously hate us for something, so maybe they know more about us than we think they know. Maybe they know that we've been through time, right? If we can establish that, then maybe the rest of our cockamamie story won't sound like craziness.
If they're
Let's
really
turn-
influential, then they
turn-
probably know like the big baddies, and we can just tell them we're against them.
I mean, to be fair, they've got to answer questions. Like they attacked us. We got here. I've got questions for them. This is a two-way street.
I'm fine with that.
Go in and earn that hatred.
As long as we end up with Lillian at the end of it all.
Right, yes, all right. Stay focused.
Yeah.
We gotta stay focused. We're here for Lillian, but also, what the fuck is their problem?
What if she doesn't want to go with us?
She doesn't
Well,
have a
that-
choice.
I got that thing from my wife, Lillian. Remember that she made a long time ago, and I pulled it out.
Yeah, it was a thing that Avsil made for Lillian.
Yeah, absolutely. That was it. Yes. All this time travel is affecting my memory.
Yeah, and it's like
It looks like a doll, but it's like really badly like mangled and aged and done and well worn.
yeah, and like you get the sense that like it's not that there was like a lack of skill employed when making it. It was just that, and this you wouldn't remember, but Freyr, you would, and Chrome would. Like Avsil's sickness at the time had like a pretty debilitating physical side. She like struggled to move, and this looks like someone whose hands were very shaky at the time, like made this. It's a poorly done carving objectively, but like you can tell that there probably was skill at one point.
So it's like,
Be like a great sculptor who developed Parkinson's made this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Seeger asks Celsa if she saw the girl.
I did not when I was there. I was assured that she is there.
Do they know that's why we wish to speak? We seek her.
Yes, I mentioned that as the premise for getting the meat.
Yeah, Seeker nods.
I'm sorry, they're not in the habit of just allowing people in without a reason. Especially, no offense, you.
Just want to know what they know. That's all.
Yes.
Youth. If Lillian is not there when we speak, maybe you could get to her yourself.
I mean, it's possible. Pretty big city.
She'll be there somewhere.
Oh, you mean in the compound? Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can always check it out.
Seeker could help you become something small to find her.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. But I think if we just go and sort of talk to them at the very least, we'll know why they hate us so much.
I'd like to know that.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you head out and travel across town?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Nothing else.
So you guys kind of head out. People back in the streets today, like nothing happened. Normal townsfolk going about their days. Merchants, peasants, the odd noble. You're in a rougher part of town, so there's not a huge number of them. But Seeker, you lead the way through town towards the Badgers Hall. And as you kind of make your way through town, you get a couple blocks away, and can I get perception checks?
See it.
Yeah, lots of great rolls. You guys all kind of notice the populace has kind of again dispersed in a much kind of smaller radius around this place now, though. And you see a few figures kind of like standing street corners, a couple that are like in alleys up on roofs, and one calls out, "I've been waiting for you. Looks like you know the way. Head on in."
Any giant, massive guys that potentially could be Falcus?
No,
Or are these just the...
they look like eclectic. Some have like looked to be like a similar kind of vibe to the person you fought yesterday. Others look more akin to kind of Vox's kind of vibe. Some look a lot more like kind of your Kit Tooth. Few that look more like Freyr. And you see some just like, bare-chested, strong people with like big weapons. You get the sense that like this is doesn't give you like, oh, it's a bunch of assassins or it's a bunch of whatevers. Like it's a diverse group from what you've seen kind of in these last couple blocks. And you've probably spotted maybe like with those rolls, maybe like 15 people like that definitely look capable and, of the adventuring ilk.
As we're kind of like walking down the street, Seeker's gonna give Tooth Eagle's Splendor for some charisma advantage. Assuming Tooth is gonna be able to be the most persuasive, perhaps here.
Okay.
Far more so than Seeker, certainly.
Far's doing a lot of lifting in that sentence.
Well, that's fair.
You remember, I believe the original name of the group was Elmira and the Chuds. I believe.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So Seeker's gonna
Although to be fair, ever since Tooth 2.0 showed up,
yeah,
he's got this sort of Fey-ish sort of charisma thing around him.
Yeah.
He's a lot more persuasive than he used to be.
Yeah, there you go.
That was a high bar.
Yeah. All right, but you guys make your
Freyr
way.
actually, nope. Freyr's gonna like also kind of like just like quickly like lockstep with Cadence and just kind of like lean over and be like, "Hey, knock knock."
High five.
No,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah, no.
knock knock.
Who's there?
It's more. And then he's gonna like slink back and fall back in lockstep with Vox at the back.
Okay.
Smooth.
There's some sweet Freyr moves.
Yeah.
That little shuffle was hot.
So, you guys make it the remaining block, and you're outside of the Badger's Hall. There's one like very burly figure outside, and one much like older, kind of diminutive figure beside the door. Right on time. Inside. Just keep heading down the hall. They're waiting for you.
How many more do we see as we like enter?
You go through the door. So there's two more like immediately inside the door. Looking down this hall, it is quite a long hall. It's weird. It doesn't seem to fit the building. Like the facade from the outside, you wouldn't have expected there to be like a long hallway immediately inside. And you notice that it seems like the hallway slopes down. And, you know, over maybe 50 feet, you figure you probably go down 20 feet. So, as you get to the end of this hall, it kind of starts opening up. And you guys find yourselves... give me a second. Just have to drag some.
That is a steep motherfucking incline.
Sorry, guys.
That does not meet regulation. This is like a 40% incline.
It's a 40% decline.
Regardless,
It's got a slope. It's got a slope of negative 0.4.
regardless, it doesn't meet code by like
A lot.
not even close.
Yeah, it's almost like the clandestine organization that repurposed a condemned tavern didn't hire the best engineers.
This is like a tobogganing hill.
6. Okay.
Whee!
So, can I get perception checks from everybody just before I toss you onto the next screen?
Goodness.
Seeker, okay. Seeker, Tooth, and Freyr. You guys hear the sounds of like a battle going on. Not like a large scale. Sounds like one or two people fighting. Every so often you hear this like loud grunt. Kind of reminds you of like, you know, when Tooth or Pez or someone gets like, you know, the wind knocked out of them. And Seeker, you're probably the only one. Seeker and Freyr, you guys catch like usually shortly before the like loud grunt, there's like this higher pitched like like sound of exertion, followed by like that grunt. And periodically as you're like walking down this hall, you hear like the sound of like the slow golf clap. And the other like, no, get up. Like, and as you guys finish descending the hallway, you guys see this scene in front of you.
Knew it was going to be sparring. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you see one very massive figure standing down in this pit, back turned to where you guys have entered from, watching the bout in front of him. You see his hands like up in like a kind of like clapping motion. You see a dragonborn who's over there. Looks like he's like taking a knee as if like he's recovering. You see like a bit of blood like coming out of a lip. You see a fire-haired dark-skinned girl, looks to be maybe 15 or so. Just kind of like staring there with this like super unimpressed look on her face. She looks like she'd be really cool or hot, depending on your perspective. You see this large figure, kind of similar to like Pez in terms of like proportions, who looks just like battered and like beaten to crap. You see like there's like a black eye like swelling shut. You can see that like he's got, you know, huge welts on like his like bare chest where it's exposed. And like he's like breathing heavily, like, you know, he has that look of like being like doubled over. He's got a sword in hand. And then you see this like small figure that looks like, the only word to describe it is like ferocious, like bordering on like feral rage. Just like beating this much larger, like 3 times her size larger almost, like figure to a pulp.
Freyr just like looks at like he probably recognizes like Lillian and just like also like just gives like Tooth like the side eye, like, you know what I mean, like, what the fuck is your marriage like, man? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I give him a look back that says, yeah, I'd love to know.
Yeah. You hear, without turning his back, the large figure. We agreed to meet. This is us meeting.
Great.
Well, I mean, we showed up in Osteron, and one of your, I don't know, assassin guys tried to kill us. Says that you hate us getting involved in your stuff. Like, within the first 2 minutes of us being here, I've never met you before.
You see him like half turn around. He like snaps to the 2 sparring. Enough. You see the girl like winding up like another blow to this like half orc, half Goliath. He's like, I said enough. And like in a flash that like even you high perception people can like barely catch, he like zips over here and like delivers this like elbow that sends Lillian careening to the floor.
Oh, don't do that in front of her dad, man. That's just gonna start some shit.
You mean her future husband?
Oh, right. Sorry, husband. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. And he turns around.
When he turns around, he notices that like Tooth hasn't drawn the bow, but now the bow's in his hand. Whereas when he did that before, it wasn't.
Apologies. You're not disliked because you're in our stuff. You're disliked because of all of the chaos that you cause in this world. You have wrought more chaos and destruction than half of the things we seek to stop.
That sounds like a you problem.
Sounds like they're not very effective.
It does sound like us, though.
Checks out.
Yeah.
The man who set upon you, just as any of our number would have had they encountered you, was doing his job.
He said he was waiting for us.
Yes, we've been
Yeah.
looking for you for years.
Do you have ways of tracking people through time? You
No.
seemed pretty sure we were going to show up there.
No. We have people stationed almost everywhere, though. And from what I understand, you appeared in the middle of a street out of nowhere. We
Yeah.
know that you have messed about with the timeline. Done who knows what.
Heck, we don't even know what.
Yeah,
No,
that's
for
the problem. You see, like,
I mean,
You
if
see-
you really want to get down to it, it's Eno Darren's fault.
you see Felkus, like, reach down and, like, pick the Goliath off the ground. Not bad. You see him, like, kind of, like, nod his head in, like, deference and, like, take a few steps back over towards the other figures as the Dragonborn gets up, kind of, like, catches a breath and starts tending his wounds.
Not bad. He got beaten by a child.
See him, like, look up to where you guys are. This child is unlike anyone I've ever encountered.
yeah, we
Yeah.
know, we know.
We
That's why
know.
we're here.
That's why we're here.
She came to us seeking protection and training, and that's what she's
Yeah,
receiving.
from her old man. We got it.
What is it you want?
Her.
Well, I'd love world peace, but at this particular moment, we just want her. Or rather, I want her.
Whoa, easy.
Too
now,
too soon,
easy.
Tooth.
Too soon. She's only,
We need to wait a few
12.
years.
Yeah, only 12. Remember,
I-
time out.
I don't want her like that, you.
You see Lillian kind of like shake her, like, the stars out of her head, pick herself up off the dirt. Ugh. I know you. Some of you.
Great, come with us.
You were there
Perfect.
the day my mom died.
Oh,
False
stuck a hard
statement.
left. Hard left.
We were there the day your dad killed your mom. Yeah.
Are you saying that?
Was my deception? Hang on.
Uh,
Let me see if I'm actually saying that.
Good.
-1. I didn't say that.
yeah.
I'm giving him disadvantage on that roll.
That's not smart.
Listen, this is gonna sound crazy. We barely believe it. But we were sent back here to ask you to come with us by future you.
In order to save your daughter. You should
I
add
thought
that.
we were gonna say the minimum. Like say to Freyr.
I feel like that's important to convince her to come with us.
Okay.
Freyr's MO is not subtlety.
So
That is
yes,
also true.
future you has a daughter. That daughter is very sick and will die. Future you needs your help to save essentially your daughter. Future you gave us this, and I hold out the doll as a way of trying to prove to you that we are honest.
You see her
I like
kind
how
of
we're
like
saying this in front of 4 strangers also.
Well, but if it's the only way we get to talk to her, it's the only way we get to talk to her.
you see her kind of like squint at what you're holding in your hand, Tooth.
I'll toss it over to Falcus.
Okay, so you toss it.
Yeah.
Falcus catches it. Holds it like in his
Or
hand.
that.
He hands it over.
Her mother Absol made it in close to her final moments.
You see Lillian kind of like reach out and take it from Falcus. And you see her kind of like reach into like a pocket and like pull out what looks like the same carving. I don't know how you got this, but I would never give this to up.
I know we got it from you in the future. That's how we arrived in the middle of the street.
The only way I give this up is over my dead body.
False statement.
I promise you that's not how it happened.
Roll for me a persuasion check.
I already have advantage, right? Because of what Seeker did?
Eagle
Yeah,
Splendor?
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Oh.
Fucking Jesus
I got-
Christ.
I got a 9. Because that +4 doesn't count.
Okay.
Bringing it home.
She looks unconvinced.
Well, I know from talking to him, and I point to Freyr, there's spells that you can cast to make it so that people can't lie. Someone in your organization's got to have that ability.
Like Freyr also like raises his hand. Like, yeah. I mean, I got it.
Yeah.
You have it prepared? You prepared Zone of Truth today? Who are you and what did you do with Freyr?
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that they would have it so they would know that we weren't fucking with their spell.
Oh, Freyr definitely planned ahead for this encounter,
Okay.
which is very rare for Freyr because he is not.
I was going to say, I am impressed.
If a fight breaks out, you guys are all fucked.
Yeah, it's fine.
You see Falcus kind of call back. We have people, yes. Rowan. The Dragonborn, like, pushes himself up, having tended to the Goliath's wounds. Yes, I can.
Well, I'll submit.
Can you tell if somebody passes or fails when
Yes,
Zone of Truth?
with Zone of Truth specifically.
Come on down, then.
They're inviting us into the fight pit.
They're inviting you into the fight pit.
Chrome
Probably
jumps
not.
down immediately.
Crumb, no fighting.
This is gonna stay up here for Overwatch.
Freyr's just gonna hang out with Vox.
You'll all submit, or this discussion won't be happening.
It's fine.
Freyr picks up Vox and says, "We're going for a ride, buddy."
I was about to say.
Can you
like,
do that?
I was gonna like Vox like looks over at Freyr like, oh no, we're not doing this.
We're doing this.
Give this 6/6 ASMR uppies.
Freyr's strong enough
yeah.
to give him uppies for sure.
Prayer's
Oh my
definitely
God.
got the strength to give him up.
You know what? Vox does not. Just for the memes, he doesn't even fight it. Just for because that's gonna look hilarious. Jumping
Like
into
you-
the fight pit.
I feel like you wrap your arms around his shin and just lift up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. All
It's
right.
like he's
Well.
vaulting with your body.
Like,
How far down is the jump into the pit?
It's about a 10-foot drop, so you can drop without taking damage.
Awesome. I'll drop.
yeah, like this 4'10" dwarf with like the 6'6" guy, like right over his shoulders, just like, "What's up, guys?"
I'll drop down.
So you guys all make your way down into the pit.
Pit party.
Pit party.
You guys see this, what you guys would recognize to be a Genasi, like, go over and, like, kind of like, again, with a kind of like, reverent, like, nod, whisper something to Felkus. And he like looks at her and just like shakes her head and like kind of ushers her away. She takes a few steps back. Caro does the same, and Rowan comes over in front of the group. I'll need you all to stand close.
Like how close? Well, actually, I would know that. I would know how close. Oh yeah, we gotta get frenzy. Come on, Vox.
Reminder that I shouldn't get too close.
You stay on the other side.
Oh yeah, you still got those. Yeah. Yeah. You stay away, Paz.
He gets too close. It's not working.
All right, 15-foot radius. Okay, so that's not too bad. All right, Rowan, if you would. All right, so Rowan cast Zone of Truth. Rowan's spell save DC is
30.
15. So wisdom saves DC 15. We have checked. You cannot voluntarily fail a wisdom save.
Oh, really?
Oh, can I take
Yeah.
disadvantage?
You cannot.
No, but what we could have done is we could have, if possible, like mechanically, you can cast Bane, which would at least give us all -4. So
Oh.
you can't, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that. That is technically a domain spell for me.
Cool. If you want, go for it. You can.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
You can
This is gonna be
upcast
interesting.
Bane to try and get everyone.
No, fuck that. It's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
oh fuck, like this game, this
Oh,
is so weak.
Ah,
Ha ha!
What? How's the +8 guy fail? What the
Seeker
fuck?
Seeker
and
and
Frere
Frere.
fail. The two wisdom
Yeah.
stat sticks. Great.
Yeah.
My God, yeah.
What the,
With eight,
what the hell?
It's gonna be fine.
Who didn't roll?
It's good.
I didn't. 1 second. I clicked.
Yeah.
Jesus,
There it
Pez.
Oops.
Fuck you guys.
Just to add insult to injury. Hold on, let me.
That's the anti-magics.
Yeah.
The chains just being like, nah, fuck this shit. Get out of here.
My goodness.
Rowan looks. The Furbolg and the dwarf are compelled to speak true. The rest have resisted the magic.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Not
we
sorry.
can try again.
it's gonna be great.
If somebody else casts it, I think.
Very well. We'll make do. Thank you, Rowan. Dwarf. What will you do if we do not let you take the girl from here?
Oh fuck.
Uh,
I pull up my bow and shoot him in the face.
we were. I mean, Oh man.
Wait,
Question.
Hold on.
Wait.
Just
Question.
have to say
Question.
true things. Just say true things.
Wait.
yeah,
We were.
Wait.
Future Lily.
I have a question.
Shut up, girl.
I have a legitimate question, as this is Kodo asking. It's Zone of Truth is a 10-minute concentration spell that says it triggers if you start your turn in the zone as well. So couldn't we just do another save?
Sure. Yeah, I mean,
No,
eventually.
but
that'll
we
happen.
start. Technically, this is the start of our turn.
Yeah. So
I
Rowan.
just want to point out.
Yeah.
Freyr didn't know what Plan B was, so maybe him not actually knowing what to say is like legit. He's like, I don't know what we were gonna do if that didn't work out.
Like,
Like,
no,
I
like,
thought
Freyr's
Plan
just
A was we walked in and get Lillian. I don't know.
Like
Plan A was Unga, Plan B is Bunga.
Yeah, exactly.
future Lillian, future you told us that you would be willing to come with us to save your daughter. That you physically told us that you were gonna willingly come with us. That is why we are here.
Oh. Okay, can I just retcon something?
Sure.
Zone of Truth is a charisma save, not a will save. A wisdom save.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna help Freyr.
Okay.
Better for me.
There's no way I'm getting that
Hey.
number.
Truth has advantage on charisma.
Ability checks, not saves.
Oh, truth.
All right. Okay.
There we go. Touchdown. Bring it.
Seeker passes.
Pez is like, no, fuck
Whoa.
you.
All right, now
Yeah.
I passed.
So we got
Freyr doesn't
Chrome,
have to talk now.
Hey,
Tooth,
fuck you.
Pez, Cadence, Freyr, and Vox, and Seeker pass. Okay.
There it is.
Same question. This time Rowan will retcon and says, these ones passed, these ones failed. Falcus looks to you, Tooth. What will you do if we do not let you take this girl that you've requested today?
Oh fuck! Now he's gonna shoot him in the face.
Yeah, I know. I was about to say, of course.
Shoot you in the face.
Kill the bare minimum number of your people to bring her back.
And if she doesn't wish to go?
Well, that's where it gets tricky. I don't know what to do in that situation. Maybe if she doesn't want to go with me, maybe that takes care of a whole bunch of things.
And you, Goliath, if this one decides to kill the minimum number of our people to extract this child from here, you will support this plan?
I certainly will.
And you, young one, looks to you, Cadence.
I don't like it because it sounds like you're trying to do good things, but I would probably support them.
Let me ask you a question. You got any kids?
Yes. You
Yeah?
see
You care
him
about
like
him?
you see him like step into the zone.
Do you care about them?
Give me a second. Let me
You want evens or odds on this roll?
I was gonna say, roll a D100 to see if you care about your kids.
Evens or odds?
He fails his charisma save. Yes.
What
I
would you
have
do if
kids.
we had your kid?
If you had my kid,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have her for long.
And that's see, now you know where we're coming from.
But Tooth, isn't that technically your wife?
Thanks for that, Chrome. That was great. Yeah. Sorry, kiddo. I don't know what happens between now and then, but you have some really bad judgment, and you picked me. So the kid that future you is trying to save is also my kid.
The fact that it keeps getting switched around. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yep, that's what we call him. Bare minimum information Chrome. That's his name.
You see Felkus kind of like look.
None of you told me not to say anything.
That is true. That is true.
You're right. It's on us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get real.
Just pull up the initiative order. Let's just get that out of the way, right?
I
He's erupting Earth. No, I'm just joking.
You see Felkus look to you, Tooth. He kind of like turns to look at you square in the face. This child came here to us, to me, seeking protection and training.
Yeah, well, you did a great fucking job because I know future her, and she's pretty capable.
That wasn't sarcasm.
Hashtag Zone of Truth.
She stabbed her father. It was quite impressive.
Yeah. I was there for that. I mean, I saw it. It was.
He died for a whole 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood.
Wish to take her from this place to save a child.
To save her child and my child. To save our child.
I do not doubt your sincerity, especially. And he just kind of like ushers to like the kind of flickering zone around him. I only question your capability to provide the same protection that we provide here. It is clear if what you say is true, she will live and become that capable woman.
Yeah, but then what's going to happen is she's going to fall in love with me somehow, and we're going to have a kid, and that kid's going to grow up, grow to teenage years, and then fucking die. So...
I will make you all a deal. I know what it's like to lose a child. If you can prove that you will be able to keep her safe.
Oh, great.
Then I will let you leave here with her today.
Okay. Drinking contest. Poetry contest. Oh, let me guess. We're standing in the middle of a fighting pit. Calligraphy contest.
If you think any of those would keep your daughter safe, or your wife safe, we could choose those means.
You know, it's kind of funny. You were talking earlier about how much you hate us because we fuck around and do stuff. I don't even want to attack anybody. I'm literally just trying to save my child.
I want to make sure that you don't lose this one.
Okay. Well, it's your cost.
It kept me alive, and that's the struggle.
It is true.
Don't
I
you hate
can
us
con-
because
I
we're
can confirm.
capable? All the things we've done. We're here.
All of the things you've ruined and broken that we've cleaned up.
Yeah. Hey, Lillian, have you told them about your dad? I feel like that's kind of relevant.
Yeah, your dad's kind of the one fucking with time.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting thrown under the bus for his doings.
Yeah, I'm not cool with shouldering all that blame.
We're just
Everything we've
collateral.
done has been for the good.
As you say that, Seeker, Lillian, who's been like quiet this whole time, looks over at you. And she's like, that's what Dad says.
Well, that's what this Falcus guy's saying. That's what we all say. We all want to do the good things, but none of us know what the good things ultimately are. We're just trying our best.
The difference is that we're willing to listen, to change if we have to.
The difference is we're willing to sacrifice our lives to help people where your father was willing to sacrifice other people to help himself.
Brilliantly said.
All
Holy
of us.
shit! Like Tooth gives like Chroma look like.
Yeah, I think we all would at that point. That was beautiful.
like
Chrome knows some shit now. Chrome knows a lot of shit now, just so you guys are aware.
like, fuck. Chrome activates the philosopher routine.
You see
Launch Play-Doh.exe.
Falcus look at you, Chrome. That's where you're wrong. I have never once sacrificed anyone that I would not have sacrificed myself. I try to take on the most risk so that my people don't have to.
Are you Eno Darren?
Yeah, he was talking about you.
Chrome wasn't talking about you.
But that was a great monologue.
I'll look him square in the face again and say, "Are you Eno Darren?"
No.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was close.
Okay.
Chrome merely spoke about the wretch that is Lillian's father, that put Chrome in the body he is in now. Selfish.
Every one of us here is willing to die today for you. That's exactly it.
Yeah, we walked into the Crucible's headquarters straight up. That doesn't show you our commitment. I'm not sure what will.
And you will walk out of here today the same way. All of you. The only question is whether you will walk out of here with this girl who seems intent on not going with you.
Oh, she's coming with us.
That's what we'll find out.
Chrome is so tired of your self-righteous bullshit. Can he just walk over and punch him in the face?
Crucible. No one is to interfere. You see...
Unless you guys know of a way to do this without, Lillian.
You see Rowan
Worth a shot.
start backing away. You see Caro start backing away. You see the Genasi be like, but, and
Fox.
he's just
Easy
like,
box.
We know what's happening.
you just see him shake his head slowly at the Genasi. No one.
Can I still get my cheap shot?
You can try.
Good luck, dude.
Am I allowed to rage first?
Nope.
Fuck.
Guys.
I feel like that eliminates the element of surprise.
Yeah.
With a 20.
Ignore the chronomental.
Oh.
Oh.
Chrome's goes Chronomental.
No, it's because my global damage modifier still has times teeth
Yeah.
actual damage.
So a 20 hits. Just kidding. He will use his reaction and manage to deftly parry your blow.
You can reaction on a surprise hit? What the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, you always have your reaction.
And
If
he
you haven't-
parried? Oh, one of these guys.
Yep. All right. So Vox, here, we'll add you to the thing.
Yeah, I can re-roll. I was more for
Aw,
memes,
man.
but if you want to add that in, that's fine too. Thanks.
Can I fight the half-dead Dragonborn instead?
You cannot.
No.
Are we all
So,
rolling initiative?
mechanically, the thing that's shitty about this is you can't do non-lethal damage with ranged weapons.
So
Yeah,
can't do
fuck you,
non-lethal
Pez.
damage with
Jeez,
Eldritch
Freya.
Blast.
Pez,
My
you think
goodness.
that one this shit? No, I can screw you, man. This is my domain.
I go last.
I think that's the lowest initiative I've seen.
Yeah, that's pretty damn low.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
All right. So I think we've got everyone in there now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So Tooth, you're up first.
Good news is
Yeah.
a reaction.
Tooth will basically Misty Step. I don't know, 30 feet away. And then he'll turn and fire twice with his bow. What's Falcus wearing?
It looks like leather.
Yeah, just I mean, like he's got like
Leather
a cloak.
daddy.
Looks like
It's a very, very fancy cloak that seems to shimmer and make it a little bit almost like he has a blurred outline.
yeah.
He is using a rapier, and he appears to have a heavy crossbow on his back.
Okay. Does he have like a bolt case?
Like a container of bolts on his back?
Yeah, or something. The part of the crossbow like sticks out. Like the heavy
Yeah.
crossbow's on his back, but like, part of it. Okay, I'm gonna aim for the crossbow.
Okay.
I'm just my intention is to put like a couple of arrows like into the crossbow, but hopefully accurately enough to get the point across. That like that could have been your face, right? Like I don't want to kill Falcus. Ultimately, I'd like to not hurt Falcus, but you know we're at where we're at.
Yeah. Roll me insight too.
Sure. Yeah. Like insight.
You get the sense that just based on like his posture, his look, body language, he doesn't want to kill you either, but he's definitely going to hurt you to test you.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. Well, then I guess I will aim for him. 23.
23 hits.
14 points.
Hold on, let me check something.
We also have 7 undo nat ones, just so you don't shoot us, please.
Oh, we have 7 undo nat 1. Okay, I'll undo the nat 1 on that.
Okay, go for it.
That was a reference for Pez.
There you go.
Miss.
There you go. It wasn't a nat 1.
Okay.
Oh my god, really?
Hey, a 2
Wow.
is better than a 1.
All right. You also notice that you get the sense that your attack that landed this turn was lucky in that you hit kind of the right wavering Falcus. That it could have just as easily have been that kind of displaced Falcus.
Got it. Okay.
But 14 points.
And I'll
all the
just-
same.
Yeah, and I'll just tell him. Remember, you can call this off whenever you want.
Okay. Cadence.
All right. She'll use non-lethal force, but do her usual thing.
Okay. 18 misses. And your second attack, roll me a D100 and pick odds or evens before you roll.
Evens.
Okay. Hits.
Let's go.
For 11 points.
All right. She will use stunning strike for con save DC 13.
Okay. I have a macro now for this. Passes.
Okay.
15.
And bunches of punches.
Ooh, that second one looks good.
One miss, one
Yeah,
hit.
it's good.
Another 11.
The first one you could undo the nat 1 if you want.
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
20.
Okay. Do you want odds or evens?
I will take odds this time.
Do it up. Another D100. This time you like swing with that extra punch. Fist finds nothing but air.
Ah. Do I get the sense that this is some sort of illusion?
No, you get the sense that like it's just like this like weird displacement that's like around him that makes it really hard to judge where he actually is.
Okay. And that's it for Cadence.
All right. Chrome.
I would like to rage.
Okay, go for it.
Hang on. Oh boy, that's the 15 feet of difficult terrain around me. For enemies only.
Okay. Noted. Uh, 19 will hit. D100s, even or odds?
Odd. Damn it.
Okay, do it again.
Fucking A.
You like carve into these like after images of him as he kind of like bobs and weaves in place.
Funny how you ask us to prove ourselves, but you need cheap tricks to fight back.
Oh.
Seeker.
Seeker bonus action Shillelagh, and
I'm actually gonna move here. Sorry.
Okay, cool.
And then he's gonna conjure up some animal and bring forth a giant constrictor snake.
Okay.
I think I can drag on here.
Should be able to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seeker will say to the snake, constrict, and point at the dude.
Does it
And he
get its
gets,
own
I think-
initiative? Yes.
Yeah, he gets, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, it still goes before him.
Cool.
And Seeker might take a step backaroo.
All right. At the end of your turn, are you done?
No.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. He is going to use his blinding flourish action. And seeing this snake appear behind him, he's going to make a melee attack against a target within reach. And if the attack hits, the creature is blinded.
Whoa.
17.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. He hits, and he applies some sneak attack damage because he seems to have an audacity about him.
Ugh, what a guy.
That's what I look for in a guy.
I don't think rakish audacity works in that situation, but it's up to you. You'd have to look at it. I think there's rules about how many targets. Like I think it has to do with the fact that there's people around him, but
It's when
your
he
call.
has no allies.
Yeah. But there can't be
Okay.
any other creatures
All right,
around him.
let me check.
Yeah, something like that. It's to simulate like having a duel with somebody. No other creatures are within 5 feet of you.
I thought it was just no other
Yeah,
friendly.
yeah.
Got you.
No, it's supposed to like be the whole me against you
Cool.
thing.
So you won't take the extra 66 damage, just the 11. But
Oh my.
you are blinded. All right.
Who's blinded?
The
The
snake.
constrictor or the snake? Okay.
All right, Vox, you're up.
All right, Vox is moving over here.
You, what? Okay.
And do this. Going to
Yeah, did you look at the other thing that Spenny said?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Falcus doesn't know.
so yeah, Vox is gonna hex Falcus.
Okay.
At 4th level as well. And that's it for his turn.
Okay. Sneck.
Snack going constrict.
Okay. 20 hits. Does it hit? Oh, sorry. D100, even rods.
Excuse me.
Let's go evens.
Okay.
Come on, the best odd. The
No,
best
Just let
odd.
him get it anyway. Come on.
The second best number lets you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Ares said he should get it anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Falcus's turn. Okay.
Oh, he takes 1d6 necrotic damage.
What? Why?
Oh, because he's hexed.
Hex only works when you do damage. It increases damage.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. My bad.
Yeah. Anytime you make an attack that has a roll involved, like Eldritch Blast, for instance, you get to add 1d6.
Okay.
So
I like
he is
that.
going to bonus action disengage and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope.
No, because he
bonus
disengaged like a
action
bitch.
Disengaged.
Like a bitch.
He's going to make 3 rapier attacks against you, Seeker.
Rude. This is not Secret's
That's-
day.
Well, that seems good.
By the way, that difficult terrain, did he get to Seeker?
15
15 feet around Chrome.
So,
Yeah.
Is-
So did he get that far?
15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, he has a 40-foot movement. He can get there. So he was right under you. So 5, 10 to get under Cadence. 20 to get beside Cadence. 30 to get under Seeker. 10 more feet to get there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 2 of those hit.
Yeah. Yep.
And he gets sneak attack on the 1. So the first
Oh my
attack.
Jesus. Oh my Jesus.
Hold on, we got to see what the con save is for your snake. 18 is the con save to maintain concentration on your snake, and you take.
Jeebus.
Sorry, 17. 17. Nope.
Perfect.
You were close.
No snack,
You were close.
and you take.
Just
34
needed
points
another
of
10.
damage from the first attack, and the second
Yeah.
attack. 16 more points. You can tell, as painful as these are, that he's like stabbing arms and legs, not like throats and chests.
Sure.
Um,
The Seeker's very bloodied.
and that's it for him. Pez.
Can I tell what Lillian is doing right now, or how is she gauging the combat?
You can see Lillian, and she's currently, like, her sword's kind of at her side, and she's got both of those, like, carvings in her hands, just kind of, like, looking at both of them, looking up periodically.
Okay, I'm gonna go ethereal
Okay.
and go behind her, and then rematerialize and throw the shackles of anti-magic over her.
Ah!
Okay.
Shit.
All right. Yeah, Lillian.
You're about to get an arrow in the back of the head.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. We're
Lillian,
in combat with this guy.
Lillian, like, drops to the ground. I would say, like, those of you who see this, like, Vox, Seeker, and Freyr, you guys have seen like the most affected by this. Like, it looks like equally bad as when it happened to like Darren on her. Like, it looks not great. But that's your action and your move. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Freyr.
Like, Freyr's just like, what the fuck, Pez? Leave the fucking room.
Should have slapped those bad boys on Falcus.
Jesus Christ,
Well,
we're not
just
fighting her,
got
we're
away
fighting
from-
him.
Well, but we weren't sure of Lillian's intentions here.
She's not in the initiative order.
Also,
Alright.
this is 12-year-old Lillian. She hasn't quite mastered her powers yet, so we should hopefully be okay.
Oh, man. Well, nevertheless, Freyr is still gonna stick to his original plan, just being like, what the fuck, Pez? But still, just being all like, he's gonna give the old wink and a gun to, whatever this guy's name is, Falcor.
Focus.
And
Falco.
Rock me, Amadeus.
he's gonna spend
Falcor.
a channel divinity and curse him with Path to the Grave.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Did you just like finger gun wink at him?
At the,
Yeah, because he doesn't know what that means.
at the end of your turn,
Yep.
he's going to use his legendary action for mobility and move over behind Pez.
You know what, Pez? You deserve that.
Could you have a bonus action heal?
Bonus action heal. I mean, I do.
Because I think Seeker's bleeding.
I think
He's tickled.
I think Seeker's on his feet still.
Yeah, Seeker can heal himself.
Yeah, fair.
Also, Seeker's still standing.
Yeah.
We don't heal until we die.
Maximize those
Yeah.
resources. Okay, so the end of the round. The end of that. At the very end of the round. You see a figure toss a blade
Flashbang.
at
Steel folding chairs are coming in.
Get the table!
you see this figure here kind of like line up a shot with eyes on you, Freyr, and toss a blade at you at advantage. 22.
What? Flamin' bitch?
He specifically was like, don't interfere. Those a-holes.
Some fucking rule breakage.
No
I
fair,
mean-
no fair.
I mean, if that's gonna, that's gonna hit, but fuck.
Okay.
Seeker throws a red flag.
Yeah.
Ref.
Ref, yeah, like where the hell's the ref in this?
You take 19 points of damage, psychic damage, as this blade that's like looks like it's almost like made out of this like flame, like hits you like square in the chest, and you see this like young teenager like look to you, like shoot a look back to the Falcus figure. Be like, are you fine? Are you okay? And you see like the death stare coming back from like Falcus towards this girl. And that is
No, we're going another round.
Dude, yeah, dude, I had something planned.
Oh my goodness.
okay. So, I'll give you guys the option.
Yeah.
You can whisper me a
Oh.
yay or nay if you want to go another round. I know we're past time. Zero pressure. You can whisper me, and we will
It's
determine.
probably gotta be. It's gotta probably be unanimous. What do I have? How the fuck do I whisper again?
/W space GM.
Yeah.
There it is. All right, got it. No, I figured it out.
Aries overly excited that Freyr took a blade to the chest.
All right.
Do you not
So-
like him that much?
We will pick up next time at the top of the round with Tooth's plan. Write it down so you don't forget it. We are going to do this, and boy, I am excited with how this is going to play out because, boy, shit just got real.
How many player advantages do we have?
Enough.
16.
Perfect.
Just remember, if things get real bad, we point at Pez. He's the one drawing all the heat right now with that last move.
All right.
Read the room, buddy. Read the room.
So
You think shit just got real?
It's an insurance move.
That's true. Shit's been real for Tooth for like a good couple weeks now.
yeah. All right. So
Yeah, it's
we are going
Oh,
to raid
goodness.
on over into Blackwater D&D. Whoops. Hopefully I don't type it in Roll20 and type it in Twitch. Thank you all for coming tonight. Again, thank you for all the resubs, the bits, the cheers, the hype train, the follow. You guys are all amazing. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Night,
good
guys.
session. See you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Who voted nay? Who voted nay?
I yayed.
Ayade.
It's
I think it was-
anonymous.